Hello, hello. Check, check, hello, check, 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 hello, check, check.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are doing good. Sorry for the late. I know it's like 25 minutes almost. We are running late. First of all, I would like to welcome everyone for this wonderful session. This is a big sacrifice everyone has done. Today is a Sunday. Most of our friends might be enjoying with their families and friends somewhere else, and we chose, or rather, you guys have chose this path of supporting the community. That I really appreciate. Can we appreciate ourselves by clapping? I quickly share the agenda or the flow of the program. So it's going to be we would be going through what CGC is all about, how our journey has been through these years. Then we would be having a wonderful speech by our wonderful speaker, Sunil Kunteta sir. It's been like a long journey with him also. So that would be great opportunity for us to listen to him. And we would be also hearing from our General Secretary Syed Munawar Saab about the how CGC has been like placed in those years. And also we have a couple of guests who would be sharing their experiences as well. And rather than having like going through some PPTs, what we have planned this time is we would be calling the volunteers here, sharing their life experiences with us, like what has been journey for them, what the learnings they had, and what is the way forward they are looking. That would be like it's like a showing the path for the new volunteers who are joining us today. Then we would be like having one more wonderful speech by our beloved and senior volunteer Sayyid Ali Luqman Hussaini sir. Then we'll quickly try to ramp up this session on time. So to proceed with the proceedings of the program today, I would be calling the guest on the dais. To start with, I would be calling Sayyid Munawar Saab, General Secretary of CGC, to come on the dais. Thank you. I would be calling our beloved speaker and chief guest for the day, Mr. Sunil Kunteta, to come on the dais. So Sunil Kunteta sir is heading EMEA region for Jira Cloud SMB support. I would be calling now Mr. Amjad, who is a engineering manager in the Bosch, Vietnam. Please come on the dais. Thank you, guest, for giving us opportunity to hear you and taking out your valuable time. So without spending much time, I would be introducing what is CGC all about. Very quickly, I would like to. The journey is very long, and I have a big PPT to share, but I'll make sure I will not take much of your time and will not bore you. So our journey started in the year 2008. It started with the two people, two friends, I would say, childhood friends, Syed Munawar and his friend. They just came up with the idea of having something for the society, and with the conclusion, based on their credentials, based on their qualifications and experiences, some experts suggested them to go with the guiding people and supporting the community. So that's how the journey started with some school sessions, and now we have like a big group of volunteers spread across India, I would say, majorly being focused in the Hyderabad. Can we move on to the next slide? Yeah. So objective of CGC is very simple. I would say if somebody would ask me to define what is CGC all about, I would simply explain it in the way it is just it's just a bridge between the academics and the what is expected in the MNCs. As simple as that. So what we do as a part of this is we reach out to schools, we reach out colleges, and we do conduct our weekly sessions wherein share our experiences with the candidates or students. We guide them. Most of the students think that doing some course can get a job to them. So we make them realize wherever it's necessary, asking them to join the any courses, we would suggest them. Otherwise, we don't suggest. So accordingly, based on the expertise of the volunteers, we suggest the students. Can you go on? So as I mentioned, we started in 2008, and we are registered NGO based out of Hyderabad, and we have like 200 plus volunteers across India, mostly like active in Hyderabad. And platform, that's a platform between like students and the professionals community, I would say. So we are connected with the principals, we are connected with the academicians, we are connected with the people who are into like professional world. Basically, we are trying to bridge the gap. And these are the programs we do for different categories of the students. We have like one session planned for the 10th class in Hyderabad, right? 10th class is very crucial stage that defines many things. So what we do there, we just spend 1 hour of our time there, and we make them understand what is the importance of having a good percentage across, and how it will impact when they go for the job. You must be aware, being a like professional, many companies, big giants like Microsoft, Infosys, TCS, what they do is they ask the percentage starting from the 10th class. Are we aware of that? Anybody? Can we raise hand? Whoever aware? Yeah, most of us. So what we do that usually at this stage, students are not aware of that. So we just make an attempt to make them realize what is the importance of that percentage, and how it helps in fetching the scholarship, various scholarship, and also to get into the good colleges. So that's an attempt there. And similarly, and also the very big thing is we also share with them like what to do after 10th. Most of the time when we ask questions, we don't get like proper reply. They are not planned at all. There is no plan in place for them. So when we share with them like are you aware of something called as chartered accountancy, they are not aware. So that's a need. We are here today calling out you so that we can serve more. We are doing, and it's been a good journey so far. We want you also to join us and let us do it in a big way. Can you go back quickly? One more slide. Yeah, degree. This is like mostly we focus on degree students or engineering pass students, wherein we make them realize what is being asked in the industry, because what is being taught in our books or in academics, usually there would be surprises when they go for the interviews. Do you agree with this? Totally, it happens, right? It happened with most of us. So we shared them what are the things, how to prepare for the interview, and we also conduct some technical sessions. And I, being from the finance industry, I take sessions on the finance. If somebody is from the IT Java side, he takes sessions on that. So it's a matter of just spending 1 or 2 hours during the week. 1 month also you can plan. Let us move forward. So this is a few of the glimpses or the few of the topics we cover in our school sessions. How to score marks and planning. Usually people like students do not have the timetables. We do suggest them to have in place so that they can plan it and get some good marks. Yeah, move on. These are the topics for junior colleges, and move on. So this is a few of the glimpses. So if at all you are connected with any colleges, you can always reach out to us so that we can plan a session there. These are the various sessions. I would like to take a pause here. I may not be reading out everything. You can have a quick glance like what are the programs we have like conducted so far, so that it would give you idea about what's all about we have done so far, and you can also plan accordingly. Yeah, these are the weekly sessions we used to conduct at the Urdugar, which is at heart of the old city, Moghalpura. Now we are doing the same in the nearby Shalibanda ASDC center. We are doing that. This is a unique program which is usually led by our very senior volunteer, Sayyid Ali Luqman Hussain sir, wherein we train teachers, because when teachers are good, they can deliver good. If there is a problem with the teacher, then the problem carries with all the students also. So with that intention, that was an attempt made, and we are really thankful for Sayyid Luqman Hussaini sir for giving us time on this and running this program for years now. Yeah, these are the various sessions we do exclusively for job seekers. Mock interviews also very much necessary because knowing what is being asked, that's again secondary, becomes secondary. Delivering it would becomes really difficult at times for many of us. So we do conduct very occasionally mock interviews so that we can gauge the students, job seekers, and we also give them a kind of feedback at the same time so that they will plan it accordingly. This is myself, if you can see, it's a long back. This is on the cloud computing and career opportunities in it. Yeah, move on. This was aptitude, as most of us aware, right? Aptitude is a test which is being kept in by most of the corporates now. So we kept like a 3 days workshop. We realized that 1 or 2 hours is not going to enough for that. So three kind of series of sessions we keep this year. So you also, if you think at all you have any skill set where you want to take as a series on the every weekend, like 1 hour or 2 hours you can spend, then you are more than welcome to do so. This was like now everybody knows like business analyst is it's in big demand now, and giving some hands-on packages. So our one of our volunteers made an attempt, and he also like conducted is a series of like what it takes to be a business analyst, and it was very successful. And at the end of this program, we also gave the certificates to the candidates who were part of it. Yeah, these are some of the mock interviews we conducted. And we do conduct walk-ins for the companies. There are certain companies, big and small, I would say, they would reach out to us asking for like gathering the students, student community. And as you must be aware, most of us, we are connected. We are running more than 100 WhatsApp groups now, more than 100 groups, wherein we do share on daily basis all the authentic jobs, and our weekly sessions information gets shared there. If you are not part of that, yeah, I would really strongly recommend you to be a part of that. End of the session, we would share one number, helpline number. There you can share your like message, then we can add you there. We conducted a couple of job mela or job fairs also with a huge people around more than 100 people got 200 people got selected there, and we are thinking of doing it again in the coming days. Yeah. These are our some big players we associated in the past. Some big names we have here: Oracle, Microsoft, and NASCOM. With coordinating with this big MNCs, we conducted some programs here way back. Some years has passed, and so you can see that yeah, this is one of the memories happened in 2011. You can see the time, how the time has passed now. This is our chief guest today. He was there. He has been a part of us for many years, and he is with us today as well. And this is again, I think we had the same session. I don't know, it was the same place, but it was like same session. I hope there would be a lot of things we are going to get out of this session today as well. Yeah, today workshop conducted at MJ Mukafsimja College. Yeah, go ahead. This was again unique program. I just like to touch base. So this was like a physically handicapped kind of students there in the OU campus. So that was a really wonderful opportunity. I would say we got it, and it was very great experience, sharing experiences with them, talking to them. There were students or the job seekers who could not listen, right? And we were explaining, and there was some facilitator who was explaining them back. That was a really wonderful experience for us. Yeah, this is SAP, everything about the SAP in the same campus, I would say, we conducted along with the Deloitte. This is again with the Deloitte in the Manu, or that is Maulana Azad National University. We conducted this program. So usually this program, you can also plan in your colleges if you're connected. So it would be like a long day program. for 4 to 5 hours program, wherein we'll try to touch base some important 3 or 4 topics. This is again Mano in 2013, and yeah, go back. Yeah, this is again very unique program we had, and that's yeah, it's myself. And along with me, there was one other volunteer, Mr. Shoaib. So we were looking at our ad or website. We got an invitation to have this session in the military campus at Tirmalgiri, right? Sikandrabad. It was very unique. And we too went there to conduct a career guidance session for the kids of military personnel. And the moment we reached there, they sent us that jeep, green color jeep of military. They came and it was a home pickup for us, home pickup, and we went there. And the moment we reached and we met the what do you call colonel, right? Colonel's major, and he was just looking somebody else also. He asked me, "Are you guys are going to take this session?" Yeah, we said yes, we are. So he said one thing. I was expecting some old people would be coming for conducting this session. Usually, career guidance things would are done by the when we are retired kind of. And they were very happy to see after the session we got very good feedback, and they were really happy and was looking for another sessions as well. Yeah, this was the at Nagpur. Yeah, go ahead. Karimnagar and the various places we did some couple of sessions as well. Yeah, this was a big program. I hope, sir, you remember. It was Harihara Kala Bhavan, I think, Sikandrabad near. It was a big, very big, giant program. It was organized by INADU. So it was very successful. These are a couple of things came into the newspaper and ads what we are doing. So these are the, I will just pause here for a couple of seconds for you to just go through it, like what are our achievements are. Yeah, let's move forward. Yeah, let's move forward. We'll keep everything on the website. I think in the interest of time, you can go through that. These are our volunteers who have been associated and made sure made here whatever we are today. So this is all because of our volunteer efforts who have been consistent every week, helping us with their time and energy. Yeah, this is some social presence we have. We are everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you see, we are there, and we are uploading. I would like to request everyone to share our YouTube channel at least, where we are uploading our weekly programs with the job seekers. There are many who are not aware of. At least you can pick up the link and share with the job seekers in your relatives, among your relatives, friends. Okay, with this, can you move to the last slide? Okay, these are the centers where we are running our, currently we are running our weekly sessions. One is at Advanced Skill Development Center, which is nearby Shah Hotel. That's become easier to give the address in Hyderabad. Yes, by hotel, if I tag it, it becomes very easy. So it's just very nearby to Shah Hotel. And also TQF Library, the Quran Foundation Library in Tolichoki. We conduct at both the places. So whichever is convenient, you can join our volunteers, deliver there, and send the students or job seekers community if at all they have any questions. And this is a number is given. If you want to quickly take it up, you can write it down and send the request to get added to our job groups and share with the job seekers as well. So with this, I'm done with the introduction part of the CGC, Career Guidance Council. I would like to request our General Secretary Syed Munawar Saab to come here and give away a keynote address.
Thank you, Sami. Thank you for refreshing the memory. So, you know what is my retirement plan? Can anyone guess? Not to retire. That's a good one. But I have a plan. So what I will do is I'll just go through the Facebook. I don't have a Facebook account, so once I retire, I'll create my Facebook ID. Then I'll become Facebook follower of CGC Facebook page, and I'll go through all the pictures of olden days. That gives a hope for us to work more. So there is my retirement plan. So I gave an activity to Shoaib, who is in Nagpur currently, might be he's watching online, that can you make a PPT of last 10 years of our journey? So he was going through 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then he fed up. He called me and said, we have done enough now. We should stop CGC. Whatever we have done is enough. Every Sunday we are working. Every day we are working. So let's change something kind of. So he got fed up with the amount of work that we have done. So be proud of it, and thanks to God that he has chosen us to serve the people here, right? So before I start, I'll not take much time because already we have started late, 15-20 minutes. I request Arif sir to please come on stage. He is a president of FMS Welfare Trust. He is from USA. As he is on vacation, I requested him to be a part of it. Please, sir, please come on the dais. Please come. Please come. Please, you are an inspiration to many. Please. So whenever I go to US, he picked me from the Chicago airport. Sometimes I go intentionally to Chicago. Sometimes the flights get cancelled. I call him. So that is a thing happened with me. So whenever I go to US, a couple of times the flight got cancelled due to weather. Then I call Arif bhai, I am in Chicago airport. So let's have a dinner till next flight. So he said, no, you take next flight, you stay with us. So for the whole night we discuss, and the whole discussion is about helping people. So anyhow, starting with this one, the impact that CGC has been creating since its establishment in 2008 December. So November in fact. So the, there are two things that we need to remember while working for CGC. One is we are actually dropping the students dropout rate. I mean to say how we are doing that one. So many of you are from the MNCs, right? You are working for multinational companies. What we have been learning from there by working in a corporate company is you should always think big. You should have a dream. When you have a dream, you try to accomplish it. So the CGC journey started with visiting schools. I mean, like I remember in 2008, we used to go to the principal of schools and requesting them for a session. Please allow us to give 50, 45 minutes of time. We want to talk to the 10th class students just to motivate them, how to. Because if you see low budget schools, when I'm saying budget schools, it's something like the fee structure is very less. It is something like few hundreds and all. The teachers are not up to the qualification that they need to have, but the student finally who is going to uh, loss from there is are the students, right? So just imagine the students who have got 50% of percentage in 10th class. Do you think he has a confidence to go through up to intermediate? No. The same is the case with the person who is an intermediate. If he has got 50% in intermediate, he don't have a confidence to complete the graduation. So that is the actual dropout. We are thinking that there are no schools. No, there are schools. Government is trying good to have many government schools. They are trying to do many things and all, but still there is a dropout. So the dropout is not due to lack of schools. It is not due to lack of awareness. It is due to the seriousness in the parents and school and the students also. So these three people form a education community, right? So while talking to students during our sessions in CGC on Saturday, every Saturday, uh, uh, we tell them how to seeing the big dream of getting high tech city mein naukri mile to kya karne ka kind of stuff, right? So we used to say, how much is my salary? So they will guess 5,000, 6,000. We say no, it is 50,000. So they get stuck. Can someone get a salary of 15,000? Yes, we can get a salary of 15,000, but you have to do this much. You have to be among those four players in the Indian team who are always in all tournament. So who are those? We used to ask them question, Sunil, that who are the four players? Sunil, who are the four players in the Indian team who are always there in the tournament? I used to ask the student. They said Kohli, Dhoni, Rohit Sharma, and they stuck. Then they somehow they give the right answer. Then we say that these are the four players who are there in every tournament. Why they are there? Because they are consistent in their performance. So what the companies are looking for? Consistency. So you being in 10th class, what you need is you need a good percentage in your 10th class. Suppose you have got 80% in your engineering, 70% in your intermediate, and you are less than 60 or 50 in your SSC, then you are not eligible, right? So that kind of a plan that we give them. So basically, that is one of the way of reducing the dropout. from the schools, especially by making them think big and think beyond their SSC and all. So this is one of the impact we are creating for the students not to get out of the education line. This is one of the other thing is there are two ways. Today we can give 500 rupees or 100 rupees charity to any person, and there is other way of giving the same money to someone, unemployed youth who want to do some courses and getting into the job. This is kind of a continuous charity, right? We believe that even if I die or if we die, anyone have all have to die, someone. But there are some things which benefit even when we die, and that is the continuous charity. So if we have taught someone something, and if he is using that education to earn something for himself, for the family, that blessing is getting to us also even after we die. So that is a belief we have, right? And that is where we are doing today. So you can't this when you raised up again on the day of judgment, you'll realize that there will be some banners inshallah where you can see that we did so and so kind of programs and all. So this kind of things will not help. So what basically we do is we teach people how to fish. We don't give a fish मच्छी लोग खा लेते बैठो नहीं. We teach them how to fish, how to catch a fish, so that he learn that skills and try to earn his livelihood. So this is saying actually we used to do. So these are the two things that CGC is creating impact at the top level. One is reducing the dropout rate from the students community and helping the people who are looking for jobs by guiding them, organizing so many programs that we have seen here, right? As Sami explained. So these are the two things that we need to create in mind. So I just want to reduce my thing. I have brought so many things, but just want to. So I have told you my retirement plan. So please be with me till we retire. So the retirement plan is someone told me give a good idea, not to retire. The retirement plan is not to retire. So there is no retirement plan actually for us to do good things. So with that, I welcome you all. I welcome all the volunteers, regular volunteers, those who are new today, who have come new here. Can you please raise hands? Those who are first to this session of CGC. So there are lots of people who have come first to this one. Please try to understand what CGC is doing, how you can contribute, and how you as an individual can use the CGC platform not for the sake of helping others, but also for your own development. Today I'm standing here and talking to you. This is a learning I learned from the CGC sessions only. Otherwise, I would have been somewhere, and I was a very introvert person. I, I don't used to talk to anyone. I was a very introvert. Amjad is here. He is my junior. He knows that I used to come with this very simple dress to Mufahamja College, and only we met in during cricket field. After that, we used to meet anyone. I was a very introvert person, but someone God has planned something for us to be united here and do something. So He made a plan, and we are part of a plan here. So uh, joining CGC helps you in developing yourself also, personally and professionally also. How it is helping you personally? We are living with the people around us, right? We are living with our family, brothers and sisters. So what CGC this kind of session helps us is to prioritize things in our life. To prioritize things in our life, how to keep relations, how to improve relations, how to think as a family, as the head of the family. So there are so many things that you learn from being a volunteer of CGC. CGC is not going to get anything from you. What CGC is a platform. Definitely, when you use the platform of CGC, you are helping yourself and the community and the society around. Also, the personal development that you will have, and the same it's applicable when you go into any company where you are working. It will help you in keeping good interpersonal skills also. Sunil is here. He is at the very high position in the company. He can touch base during his session today that how the interpersonal skills are important in our life, especially in the professional life. If you are thinking that whatever we know, if I am speaking good English or if I have good technical skills, are these enough to be get promoted in our life? We don't know. So what are the other those skills which really required for us to move up to the land. So with this, I welcome all the volunteers and the new people who have come today, and our chief guest today, Mr. Sunil, who is very close to our heart. And I personally, learned many things, and many of the volunteers in CGC have learned many things from Sunil. And today we are here to listen again to him to refresh our memory. This is we are doing this call for volunteers after almost 3 years. So that is one thing. Now we are not scared of pandemic anymore, so we can fight pandemic. And I welcome Amjad also to be a part of here. Being when people come here on vacation, especially to Hyderabad, they roam around villages just to see the countryside. But today they are in Hyderabad only, and also Arish Saab here, who have taken his precious time to be here. So welcome you all guests today and all the volunteers. Thank you.
Thank you. So without a delay, I would quickly introduce our chief guest for today. Then I'll just hand over mic to him. I'm sure you will certainly going to enjoy and learn lot of things out of that session. So to introduce Mr. Sunil, he's a CA, chartered accountant, and DTM, and a black belt in Six Sigma side. Sunil was born in Jaipur and studied in Kolkata and in Hyderabad for the past 25 years. And he's a chartered accountant by qualification, and he has done his executive MBA from IIM Bangalore. And he has overall 25 years of working experience with big giants like Godrej and Oracle Corporation and Atlassian. Currently, he's heading EMI region for Jira Cloud SMB support, and earlier he was a director at Oracle Corporation. To look at his quick achievement, within 3 years at Godrej, he was promoted twice, and within first 12 years he spent in Oracle Corporation, he got promoted 6 times. 12 years, so you can average out that. So what this means to us is what we are going to get from him. So without a delay, I would be calling our esteemed guest, our favorite speaker, to come on the dais and share his experiences.
Good afternoon. Can you all hear me at the back? Fantastic. This hall is full. You will need more chairs. You'll probably need more chairs, which is a good news. Let me see how much is the capacity of this. Nope. Did I switch it on? I think it's not connecting. You have a slide changer? Yes. I'll use that if you have. If I have my control, I know when to click, when not to click. If you have, that'll be great. Why is it not connecting? So in India, one thing that definitely works is restart. Right? Let's see. Yeah, maybe reconnect it. Yes, it's working. Fantastic, it's working. Thank you so much. All right, no, it's working. Okay, so let me ask you this question. I have come from 17 kilometers distance. Is there anyone who has come, a little beyond that? 1, 2, more hands, 3, 4, 20 kilometers, more than 20 kilometers? And I know thousands of miles beyond. Vietnam and US, I'm so happy, excited, and fortunate to have you, all of you here. So give a big round of applause to all the people who come from such a distance. Now, if you already notice the title of the session, How to Think Like a CEO. And I'm sure probably we already have, we have more chairs this side. Maybe you can walk in, make some room for them, yeah? We have a couple of more chairs there, if you can, yeah? Great. So some of you already may be leaders, CEOs, managers. Yes? Raise your hands, please. Awesome, we have some, great. And some in the making, right? Now, if you see the title, it says how to think like a CEO, but the main question in your mind could be why? Why should I think like a CEO? Particularly if you are not a CEO. You might wonder, why should I think like a CEO? I'm not a CEO and I don't know when will I become a CEO. And if I'm not a CEO, if I start thinking like a CEO, there can be some problems. Agree? There can be some problems if I start thinking like a CEO when I'm not a CEO. And if I start behaving like a CEO, I come in and tell my manager, hey, no, that is not the idea. The purpose is not to make you think like that kind of a CEO now when you're not. So then why should we think like a CEO? We're talking about cricket. How many of you play cricket or played cricket? Want to really excel? Wow, oh my God, this is like 95% people. You want to really excel in cricket. Did you think of, did you try to understand how Sachin thinks, how Dhoni behaves? Did you have interest in knowing what they, if you don't take cricket, take maybe another game, snooker, anyone? No, yeah, there are some. Who is the best player in the world? Come on.
Don't say Messi.
Rami? Huh?
Don't say Messi.
Don't say Messi, yeah, please. Messi, those who played football would want to know what does he think when he goes to hit the goal. Before the penalty shootout, what is there running in his mind? You want to know if you play football. Similarly, if you are playing cricket, if you are playing a Yorker, you want to know what Sachin thinks, does not do, right? So in our life, in our career, whether we are or we are not CEOs, we are in the path. CEOs, who are the CEOs? CEOs are the leaders at the top of their career. The people at the top of the organization. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. It's back. So the CEOs are at the top of the group. So they are basically the leaders. Some of you are already leaders, right? Or you think, act, and behave like leaders. So if you are not and you're trying to make progress in your career, you need to know what the top guys. How does the top like behave? How do the top? Thank you. Battery. Is it better? Yeah. So does it make it clear why should we think like CEO? Right? CEO is here, we are here. In our path to progress in our career, we probably need to understand what made them CEO, what made them move at the top. Now, not only talking about thinking like CEO, how do I make progress in my career? Because that is my prime goal at least now. Right? How many of you are employed? Wow. A great majority here. So in your what is your focus? Probably your focus is to make progress in your career. Even if you're a CEO in your current business, current position, you probably will continue to make progress. So what we are talking about is how can you think like a CEO and work on your own growth? All right. So the key points that I want to cover are basically four. Why should I think like a CEO? And looks like I've been able to fairly cover that. Yeah. In whichever line, whichever field you are currently working, you want to understand how the top guys do it. How do they think? So that you can adopt some of those and make progress. So we'll talk about how exactly do you think and at least by and large, how do you think? How do I manage upward? In my career, I need to lead my manager. I need to lead my manager, manage my leader. How do I manage upward and progress my career? Are there any specific tips? So these four things we will cover today. Now, why Sunil is talking about it? Is Sunil a CEO? No. Is Sunil a leader? Yes. So how I define CEOs for this purpose is CEOs are the leaders of the organization, and even a manager is a leader of his group, his team. So they need to think like a CEO, right? So for my group of 100 people, I am the CEO. I am where the buck stops, right? So that's why I think I do qualify to talk about this subject. I think Sami, right? Sami covered this a little bit. So Sunil was working in a great company called Oracle, and he had probably in Godrej. I grew like in 3 years. I got 2 promotions in Oracle. First time I missed a promotion. And I tried to figure out what happened. There are a lot of stated objectives. Objectives are written down, goals are stated, we call them stated objectives. And you work hard on them and you meet them and you expect something out of it. Right? You meet the written down goals, you expect something out of it, you don't get it. Then you wonder what happened. Then you realize there are unstated objectives also. Right? There are always some objectives which are never stated, but they're there, they exist. But when you check, when you try to find out, hey, why did I miss my promotion? What happened? Why is it I'm not growing? Then you realize there are more things around that you need to be mindful of, you need to work on. And then I changed. And then I got 6 promotion in 12 years. I think that's why I do qualify to talk about this topic. So just in case you're wondering, talking about CEOs, you are not a CEO, why are you talking about it? This is why. So I had great amount of learning in my career, which I think if I can share, add value to the people out here, even if 5%, 10%, if it can help you in your life, in your career, I'll be very happy. I will think then, okay, I made some contribution to the remarkable contribution that CGC is making for the last 10 plus years. They have been doing a wonderful job. They have been, can you imagine every Sunday or at least every other Sunday they are out, they are working, they are promoting the cause, they are helping people. Not everybody can do that. You will say, I need a break. What a wonderful job they're doing, and if I can make some bit of value addition to you, I think I feel that, yeah, I made some contribution. So can we give a round of applause to CGC? Yeah, so do remember about the stated objectives and unstated objectives. They are at a play in your organization as well. Now, there might be another question. Why do we want career progress? Or if you're running your own business, why do you want progress? Is it really a question? Probably not. Everybody wants that progression, right? Maybe not a question. So, what are the reasons come to your mind? Why would you want career progression? Anyone? Improving what? Yourself or? Okay, improving ourselves or the business, okay? Why else would you want career progression? To make money. Absolutely. You must make money. Why? Because economic engine is very important to run things. That's the engine. Even CGC needs money to be able to run its program. They would pay rent for this hall. And yeah, true. So economic engine is very, very important. Any other reasons? That applies to you. I mean, I have listed few reasons, but what is your reason that your career progression matters to you? Basic need of? Yeah, I understand basic need, but there's something more that you have in your mind. Okay? Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
With the position comes the power. With the power, you can help others.
Fantastic. Round of applause for her, please. With the position comes power, and with power you can help people, you can serve more, you can serve better. Yeah, right there. Go ahead. Recognition of your effort, because that motivates you, and then you can do more. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Everything changes every day. So we cannot afford to pause at any point. So we have to make progress. We have to perform. That's the only thing to survive.
Fantastic. It is a need for survival. It's our basic need, because otherwise we will not be able to survive. You're on a treadmill, and if you don't run, you will fall down. Right? Fantastic. So I think we have an agreement on why do we need, but who gets this? Who gets this kind of progression? Who gets get onto the right side of the bus, the right seat on the bus? Who gets to go ahead in the bus? So let's talk about which are the high-paying jobs. Somebody talked about money. I'm sure it's there on everybody's mind. So who gets high money? Which jobs pay you the most? Did I hear chartered accountants? Well, no, not necessary. But anyway, yeah, please go ahead. What do you think? So you are working. Majority of the people here are working in companies, right, or in offices, and you should know, right? What kind of job gets maximum money? Okay, the maximum money. Okay, business, probably. Technologists, maybe yes. CEOs, yes, of course they do. They make the maximum money. Yes. Right. The cardiologist, many of them, they are actually at the top of the list if you go and look at the global data. Some of the information that I share may not be very local. You may not see it right next year, but they may be global data related. Yeah. Yeah. So these people get the maximum. CEO is one among the top five that makes the maximum amount of money. In fact, the richest people on earth that you look at, they are the CEOs of their companies, right? So how do they get paid high? Is it because they are CEOs they get paid high? They do something. And how do they become CEOs? Vision, they need that. So when they work on, okay, it's not visible. Try to put the pointer. So they work in the area of their passions, in the area where they have some deep skills, and in the area where they can make some money. There is a mix of these three things in which to make money. Look at any CEO. My previous company CEO, if I look at them, if I look at Godrej, for example, the company, probably it made history with Godrej locks. Godrej Almiras. Maybe they were able to make the best locks and Almiras in the world at that time, 100 years back. And that's where they became pretty good, right? So the guys the guys who worked hard on these, they first probably looked at their own skills, their passion. Do they have the skills? Do they want to do it? Are they really determined to do it? And will it make money? Will it give me the money? Because if there's any of these three things, you look at your passion, skill, or the money part is missing, you will not be able to go further along. You'll probably stop the journey somewhere. Does it make sense? So when you are looking for changing career, when you're looking for getting into a career, if some of your students and starting your journey and thinking, oh, I want to drop my studies, I want to get into cricket because I have skill, I have passion. Will it give money? Maybe in the long run. But until then, you need to survive. So understand all the three nuances very well. So in case anyone taking note of any of these, I would say definitely take note of this. Tomorrow if you're going to guide your children or your relatives, junior folks, make sure that they understand these three: passion, skills, and the economic engine part. Let's take a minute and let them put it here. It is a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. If they could not give us bigger hall, we want more chairs. And I'm so happy, so excited to see that the hall is really full. We are sold out. We can put a board outside, we are sold out. People who come in late have no price.
It's a golden rule.
Yeah. There are two more chairs. If you want, you can take three. Okay. Please take. Please take. I'm not going to sit. It's okay. Take. I think we are set. We can continue. Yeah, thank you. So, few observations to share with you. Among the founders, so by the way, how to become CEO? One of the simplest way, you have to start your own company, your own business, and you are the CEO of that company. You can call you whatever you want to be called, managing director, chief executive officer, whatever you want to be called, you can call yourself. If it's a small little pawn shop, you are the CEO, that's the truth, right? So you've seen that the founders, only about 19% are CEOs. So non-founders are a majority. And then 26% of people have done MBA. So if you thought only you have to have an MBA degree to be a CEO, not true. Right? There are non, but one sad thing is only 2%, but at least 2% women become CEOs. Some observation I thought I could share and give you interesting stuff. Now, what kind of a mindset do we need? We need to understand what kind of a mindset is really needed for a CEO. In organizations, when you join, you talk to people, or even if you are working, you talk, they don't take care of this. Nobody takes care of this, right? You've heard these comments. Have you heard? They should do something about it. They. So the management layer or the responsible layer is referred as they. But for a CEO, is there a they? There is no they. He is responsible and accountable for everything. And that is a mindset we need, that we are responsible. You heard the story. Munawar Bhai and his friend, they talked about the challenges in the society, the requirement in the society, and they started CGC. Instead of just complaining, the government should do something. Somebody else should come and do something. I remember when I was in my college, I got no guidance. I did not know how to appear for an interview. There was not a single session I attended, except for what my friends told me. My friends were good help. They came and told me, Sunil, first thing is your introduction. You have to have a solid, good, clear introduction. And then they told me, you have to demonstrate your key skills. If they don't get the key skills, you're gone. So my friends told me, and I prepared on that basis. I was lucky, I got through in Godrej. But I had no guidance available, and there are hundreds of children, thousands of children not getting that education, but CGC is providing that guidance. So you have to have that, not a feeling of they have to do something, rather what you can do about it. And that's where I say, yes, you should volunteer where you can, you should join hands. I'll talk about it, how it can help you later. When you join in hands in CGC or any organization other than your employer, how can it help you? We'll talk about that. So you have to have the mindset of being in charge. If you are, even if it's your company, even if you're not happy about certain things, some departments, you have to have a sense of, okay, I'm responsible even for this. Not that they don't take care. So the real mindset needed is, I am in charge, I am responsible. I'm going to call shots and make things happen. I'm the boss, I'm the leader, the buck stops with me. All questions finally stop with me. Right? So these are the kind of mindset a CEO needs, and each one of you have a leadership element in you. And that's where you need this kind of mindset. So I'm the CEO of my own group, which is close to 100 people. My boss, who has 300 people, is the CEO for the whole full group, right? And we need to have that mindset. Now, why we need to have this kind of mindset is because that mindset will add certain type of behavior, thinking, and action in us. Right? When we think that we are responsible, we are in charge, then we will accordingly behave and do certain things. Yeah? That's the reason we have to have that mindset. Okay, what do you see here on the screen? Okay, some bridge kind of thing. What else? Traffic. Roads, multiple roads. ORR maybe, future ORR at least, if not current, or becoming like that. Yeah, lights. This is how things look like when we are in our final year, right? So many glittering lights around, so many paths around, and you don't know which one to take, and some things look very promising. Oh, I can go zoom, I can straightway go there, move. Yeah, it'll be great if you can silent your phone, it'll be helpful. Yeah. So this one looks, and if you're in India, maybe it look like this, right? But certainly at a younger age, to me things looked very tricky and different. I changed paths. I changed my career different ways. As Sami shared, I'm a chartered accountant, and I don't do anything which a CA does. Nothing. I'm into leadership. That's it. So the path towards leadership, the path to your career progression is going to be crazy like this. There's going to be competition. Somebody will cut you through the road, right? When you're driving, you see people cutting. In Hyderabad, it's very common, and you don't mind now. I think I stopped minding about it. I don't care. It's okay. It's fine. Go ahead. You must be in a more hurry than me. It's fine. If I don't think that way, my BP goes high. So in our career, we are going to get very tricky paths like this, right? We have to accept that fact and prepare ourselves. If it was smooth sea, we will be very poor sailors, untrained. My daughter can drive in London, but she cannot drive in Hyderabad. There everybody drives the same lane, nobody changes lanes. They can go, I mean a small little bus can smoothly go there in small little lanes. We can't think here. But the same driver cannot drive here. Because our conditions are very tough and challenging. So let's accept that fact. Yes, our situations, our conditions are tough and challenging. So we have to be a little different. And accept it. And accept it that you will become a tougher driver, tougher pilot. So we'll talk about some of these vital traits, vital maybe secrets, not so secret. You will have heard many of these of a CEO. CEO needs this. Every CEO or a leader, all of us are leader in some way or the other. Yeah, we need these traits to make real progress in our life and in our career. I'm going to talk about some of these. So the first one is secure in self. You know, when the pandemic started, very interesting time, right? Pandemic started. My friends started selling all shares, mutual funds, shares. They started selling in panic because they didn't get the sense of security. They told me, Sunil, people are going to lose jobs, people are going to die. Look at China, what's happening, and all the share market will certainly go down. They started selling. I won't talk about what I did. I did some very smart things. But the point is not about me being smart. The point is, do you feel secure in self? I'm sure a lot of people have gone through tough time here also in the room. People have lost relatives, friends, great people. We lost celebrities also, right? Tough times. How did the CEOs behave? Did they tell their people, oh my God, things are crazy? They will really die and this world is going to come to an end? I'm really nervous. Did they feel it? Yes, they did. Did the people, did the leaders feel insecure? Yes, they did. But did they go and say, oh my God, everything is going crazy now, nothing will happen? You decide what you want to do. No. They behave that, look, things are challenging, but we are going to work hard and take care of things. The companies where nobody was allowed to work from home, nobody thought about working from home was possible. I know the companies who have grills, security checks, no pen drive, not even a pen drive allowed when you pass through and go to a workstation. Even they are allowed to work from home. Because the head started thinking, we have to work around it. We can't live like this. We can't completely stop our work. I know companies are there in Hyderabad where you have to pass through some grills where only one person can walk through at a time. They scan you that you're not carrying in or out any electronic device because their work is such. But even they allow people to work from home because they figure out we have to go ahead. Situational stuff. So what? So the number one trait is secure in self. You have to feel confident. Okay, whatever it is, we will sell through. We're going to work hard. We're going to figure out. We're going to be creative and all of that. Very, very important. Again, the threat seems to be going up. You're watching news. 5,000 people seems to be dying every day in China. Seems to be this is a data which is coming from Europe, UK somewhere, because China doesn't share its data. I don't know how accurate this is, but even if 10% of this is true, oh my God, right? So there is a problem there. How much is true? How much is the magnitude? I don't know. So what do? We go panic. We start selling our shares. We have to work around it. We have to do creative stuff. So the CEOs, they feel we are self-sufficient or we will become self-sufficient if we are not. Right? Inside and outside, they can't only fake, they can't only pretend to be secure. They have to feel safe. Yes, there's a problem, we will work on it. Not ignore the problem, because if you don't even acknowledge the problem, what are you going to do about it? I'm not saying to ignore or say there's no problem. There's nothing called, yeah, my relative story, there's nothing called corona. सब बकवास है. कोरोना में कुछ नहीं होता. Some people told me those who sit in AC, they get corona. I mean, variety of stories, I'm sure you also would have heard. People try to ignore, there's no problem, close their eyes. But the CEOs, the leaders, what they do is they acknowledge the problem and say, okay, we're going to work hard, we're going to work around, we're going to figure it out. Right? We will. That is a mindset we need. They don't keep doubting themselves, they will move forward. They divest their fears. They're scared. People went into depression as well. Right? And they had different challenge if their family members went into depression. There's a bigger problem. But that's fine. This is what it is. We have to work around it. And they did work on that. So the number one is secure in self. One beautiful thing is that this can really help us to become self-secure people. Concentrate on our goals. What is it we're trying to accomplish? For example, if CGC sees a threat, oh my God, China situation worsening, India situation getting complicated, not a lot of people are coming to attend our sessions, what do? Go online. Because our goal is to empower youth. You heard the tagline? Empowering the youth. How do we do it? Ultimately, we need to accomplish that. Maybe we go online, maybe we figure out some other way, and so on. So focusing on the goals and objectives, not too much focusing on the uncertainties, what will happen if, then, and so on. In control of attitude. What is attitude? What is attitude? And what is that? Good or bad? In short, how you exhibit. Yeah, good. Reacting, how do you react to a situation? How do you react to, what kind of a demeanor you have? What kind of persona do you exhibit when you face certain things? So the CEOs are in control of their attitude. If not, they get into problem. So we have fears. All of us have fears. We have emotions. But the point is, how do we control and be in control of the fears and emotion? Fear will come. If you're driving and there is somebody a bus is, pushing you so on at a high speed, you will get scared. What is happening? It's okay, let the fear come. But you have to be in control and start slowing down yourself. Right? And take another example. Things will happen, things will go wrong. But not being scared may not happen. You will be scared. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to have that fear. But then be in control of your fear. So how do we see the attitude in facial expression, voice, tone, whether it's an aggressive posture or polite service attitude or very gratifying attitude? We can see that, we can feel that. So the great CEOs are always in control of their attitude. The great ones. Sometimes they have to act, they have to show off their theatrical skills or act it out. It's okay. They use the acting skills to be in charge of their emotions and attitude. But because if they did not do that, if they show off their attitude, it will cause too much damage to them and to the company. So all of us can practice being in control of our attitude. It is in our own good. Agree? In our companies, in our organizations also, if we show off attitude for whatsoever reasons, does it really help us? People start hating us. They start alienating us. So what CEOs follow, you can also follow and benefit. And at all times, not that today I'm in bad attitude. Today is my Sunday attitude. No, at all times. All right. How many of you have heard of this? Makhelega. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now more hands are going up. Makhelega. What happened in 1987 or 89? Sialkot. Bad pitch, if I can call, or maybe whatever kind of pitch. Was it Wasim Akram? Yeah? Wakarians? Maybe Wasim Akram or Wakarians? Maybe Wasim Akram, I think. Bowled at 160 speed and hit his nose, bleeding. His doctor comes, Mr. Ali, and he says that, Makhelega. India was in a bad situation at that time. They would have, if losing will be like, really, they would have lost the series. But, and the 5 wickets are already down. I think on the other side it was the Sardarji we have. Sidhu was the player on the other side, right? 5 wickets are down. Such high speed bowling. And he's hurt. His nose was bleeding. And he says, Makhelega. He scored pretty well then. I think we need that attitude. Makhelega. I will play. Situation is bad. And people have done that, right? During the pandemic, people lost jobs. But they worked hard. They tried to figure out what can they do. And they worked and hard and so on. And I really feel motivated to repeat this, Makhelega. Whatever it may be, Makhelega, I will do my best. So the leaders are very tenacious people. They are the champions because they have this attitude of Makhelega. I will do my best. I will keep putting my efforts. If we use that kind of a attitude or that kind of a tendency of Makhelega, will it help in your career? That is the point I'm making. So kindly take this attitude of Makhelega. Remember it. Write it down in your wherever you can, in your home or in office. Makhelega. Look maybe on the mirror. Best is in the mirror. One corner. Write down Makhelega with a bright bold ink. Every day you look at it and you'll motivate yourself. Makhelega. I will do it. There are setbacks. All of us have faced setbacks, right? I also face, but I really want to live with this attitude of Makhelega. So what are the things that can help us in building such an attitude? How do we build this attitude? Because sometimes we feel down, we feel low. How do we have this real deep feeling of Makhelega? I think when we are persistently putting our efforts, when we have that discipline in place, we persevere, it is possible. Then we don't give up easily. At the same time, a word of caution, don't try to be stubborn. There are times when you really need to retire hurt. I mean, not that retirement, but you get to retire hurt. That is okay. I will take a back seat to be able to bounce back with double the force. So don't be stubborn. What happened to Nokia? Still there. Still you find some Nokia phones. But it was the leader. Those who bought phones early those days, some oldies like me here, yeah, Nokia, 1100. Why? Why Nokia? Toughest phone, best quality phone, right? Girado, it'll break into two pieces, but you can again join it, works fine, not like today's iPhones that I have, but I'm really worried about it. What will happen if it falls down? So the whole point is not being stubborn like Nokia, they stuck to their platform and it became what it became. So sometimes you have to switch, you have to take a different call. It's okay to fail. Take a lesson, move. And that's why many companies have this policy of failing fast. Don't fail a project for 2 years, 3 years, drag on and on. No. Close it, move, take different path in the larger interest. Right? So don't be stubborn, but at the same time, have that determination that I'm going to make things work. I'm going to work hard. Heard of this rule of 3 times no? So 3 times no. You go and propose a lady or vice versa. If you're rejected, what do? First time you give up? Don't give up. Try second time, third time. 3 times in sales. Are anybody in sales here? Sales? Yeah, maybe some people. Sales people can teach this a better way. At least they try same thing, pushing the same thing. Sir, try karo, bahut acha hai. 3 times they try. If third time also the customer says no, then they know. Okay, chhod do. Try something else. But first time they say no, second time the same customer will buy the same thing. Because the customer is thinking of different options. And I can catch the right reason and push it forward. So the salespeople, they try getting a no, they keep trying until they hear a no for the third time. So the point is that when you're trying to do that, do your best. I'm going to play, I'm going to keep playing, I'm going to really keep, continue to play, main khelega. So how long can you do that? You try, maybe apply the rule of 3 times no. Okay, quick time check. How much time do we have? We have 40 minutes, half an hour? Yep. All right. So I'm going to speed up a little bit because this one everybody knows. Continuously we have to be improving. Otherwise we can't survive. Right? But the interesting thing is that you have to do your boss's job someday. So you have to train yourself. You have to continuously improve yourself so that you are capable of doing your boss's job. If you can't do that, you don't get that promotion. Many companies have very clear policy. They get you try 40%, 60% of those things that your boss is doing before they give you that promotion. You don't get promotion just because you are doing the right things now. But you get the promotion because you can do the better things tomorrow. Right? So you have to build the capability of doing your boss's job properly. One other thing is that we all learn from our mistakes. How many of you have learned from your mistakes? How many of you want to learn from your own mistakes? Good. There are some smart people who keep their hands down. Learn more from others' mistakes because that's not costly. Learning from your own mistake is very costly. Right? So learn from others' mistakes, definitely. That will help you to learn continuously improve. Ethical, last 3 days, one CEO has been arrested. Do you know? Wow, people are really up to date. Thanks to WhatsApp or whatever you are watching and reading. Right. I don't know whether there is a fraud involved or not. I don't know. I have no idea. There are a lot of complications around. But the point is that in our approach, we need to be saying and doing the same thing. Right? Whatever you are doing today, you are a CEO or you are going to become a CEO today, tomorrow. You should be saying and doing the same thing as much as possible. There will be some gaps sometimes, it's okay. But minimize the gap. Minimize the gap between what you say and what you do. Right? Minimize the gap. So what is ethical? What is being ethical? Absence of fraud or deception. If you're not cheating people around, you can fairly assume to be ethical. You're not cheating people, you're not committing to any frauds, you're not violating the law, you're not violating anything. Minimum definition. Yeah? Very, very important. So one of the ways is to say minimum. Don't over promise things. And now that leads to another point of thinking before talking. Thinking before talking. Which car is this? How was the price of this car decided? Anyone knows? How was it decided? By the average income, okay. You know, one story is one of the affordability. One of the stories, those are the right answers maybe to the question, but there's a story around it. Yeah, not auto, two-wheelers. The story was about two-wheelers, how to replace two-wheelers because people have two children, wife, all everybody is going, 4 people, 5 people traveling with the same two-wheeler. How do we replace that? But the price of 1 lakh seems, there's a story that when Mr. Ratan Tata was asked this question in the public forum, he wanted to build the cheapest car. So how cheap? What's going to be the price? He said, maybe 1 lakh. And that became a goal in his mind. I want to keep it below 1 lakh. Were they able to sustain that price? No. Did people really get excited about a car at 1 lakh? No, that's a problem because the word cheap got associated, and having a car in our country is having a luxury, having a status, right? I have a car, it's parked right outside, but somebody will tell you, Sunil came with a cheap car. I'm not going to like that, right? So I don't want that car instead. So it went against Tata. So the point here is that maybe sometimes we have to do a little extra thinking before we talk about it. I don't know how true is the story, but that made them decide a price which they could not sustain. Are they going to make it to EV or not? We don't know. There's one more person here who has been very famous for sharing a lot, oversharing, particularly over Twitter, and then even deleting it. Galti ho gaya. Right? I don't know, variety of things. So the point is that we need to practice. Particularly if you're talking to a larger group, we better think again before we communicate that. It's going to help us. I know of very important person, one of a CEO for whom I worked, he messed up a few things, same way. Happens, things happen. He messed up. In a public forum, you announce certain things which probably should not have. So pre-thinking, so we can practice that, right? Particularly the married people, don't over-promise. Pre-think before you go ahead on a promise. And they know when to be silent. The married people definitely know when to be silent. Right? Very important one. Another important thing is to be original. Being original is not exactly the same as being creative. Yeah? Being original is not exactly the same as being creative. But you got to be creative. You have to be creative. You will need that. Because people want to see, okay, what is it you want? What do you have in mind? What extra thing you have? And so on. So there are some creative pictures here, but if Apple keeps adding only icons, apps and size of the phone, one day will look like this. They can't do it. They have built great products. I'm myself a fan of Apple products, right? But they have to be original. So how do you do it? How do you become original? By using your imagination more than the knowledge. Using your imagination more than the knowledge. So what you already know, but you try to imagine and try different things. And that's where the original ideas and thoughts come. Okay? Very important, not stopping at what it is. Right? Whatever it is good. So we stop here. That will not be good. You have to find out better ways of doing it. Publicly modest. So the great CEOs know that they have to be publicly modest. If you watch any of the CEOs, their public videos, they are so humble, so modest. There may be some scenarios where they are not. You don't watch those. Right? Because that's not going to help you. So let's practice being modest, but particularly when we are publicly. And we don't want to appreciate ourselves so much. But that alienates people. That, what is alienating? Like, you avoid, you kind of start avoiding them, or you don't like it. So don't self appreciate so much. Let them appreciate if there is something valuable there. Share credit. Very important for CEOs to share credit, because then the team is motivated to deliver. So what is the summary here? You can take a quick look at it in case you missed any of the points that we talked about. So this is how you approach. This is the kind of mindset, the fundamentals you need on the path of your leadership. At whatever level you may be, these things are going to really help you in making progress in your career. These are some of the best positive qualities. I think we have a little bit of time. We can play this. Yeah, let's see. Does it play here? Okay. Can you click on the video? Just see if it plays. Or maybe I'm disconnected to internet already. Is the laptop connected to internet? Yes. Okay. Actually, in the same mode, presentation mode. Oh, okay. You have to enable. Yeah, that's right. Go back to the presentation mode. Oops. Yeah, click at the center. Yeah, click here. No? Okay, it's not taking it. It's not taking, no worries. You can watch it yourself. Everybody has videos on their phone. Search for a day in the life of PepsiCo CEO. You would relate a lot of qualities that I talked about. In the 2 minutes video, you will to see many of the things that I talked about. Yeah. All right. It's very important as higher we go, we have to slow down and think. Now, I would want to take some questions before I proceed. Because in the interest of time, let me take some questions. There is a lot more that I can talk about, but I think in the interest of time, I would rather take questions. So what questions you already have on whatever I spoke so far? How the attitude play, how the attitudes play a major role. See imagine a CEO of a startup, a newer company, right? And they need people of high caliber who are going to really give their sweat and blood to make that company grow. If the CEO is showing off attitude, what will happen? Slowly the team will disperse, the team will dissolve, people will go away. So that's number one thing. If they don't like the attitude, it's going to be a problem in a startup scenario. Imagine a bigger company, larger company, or a grown-up company, same problem. The direct people reporting to the CEO, they play a major role. Because sales head of sales report to the CEO. If the attitudes are negative attitudes, or the attitudes are not liked by the sales head, how long will he continue? One fine day he'll start his own company. Many of the people who have changed jobs, please raise your hands if you change a job because you are hating your manager's attitude. Okay, I got 1 hand, 2 hand, 3. If not hating, maybe there's something, See how it plays. So if you don't like the attitude demonstrated by your leader, you start alienating. So I think that probably answers to some degree. Yeah? Does it answer to some degree? At the same time, on the opposite side, if you look at a leader who demonstrates a lot more positive attitude, humble, vulnerable, people love to work for them. A CEO, great CEO who follows some of these traits, people want to work for them. There are points in time when I don't care if I'm going to get 1 lakh less or more. If I'm going to get the right team, I would love to work with that team. So people stop worrying about money. There are times, as you grow in life, when you have some good amount of money, you stop worrying about it. You love so there are a variety of things that you can accomplish because of the right attitudes. Yeah. Does it answer your question? Okay, great. Yes, please.
The question I would like to ask you is, speeches like these or any motivational video gives us that spark of progressing in life. But to be very honest, that spark doesn't last long. Maybe for many, or at least for me, by the time I leave the city. How can we turn that spark into fire?
Awesome.
I know it's not something that can be done in a day or two. It would again require a full day workshop maybe. But still, appreciate if you share new questions to be consistent in what we do.
Great question. I get motivated, I pick up some tips, but it doesn't last long. And you will answer yourself also partly that probably I'll need more, maybe longer session, maybe something to sustain it with. So what are the ground level tips and tricks to make it last for long? Take notes. Take note of something that really appeals to you and you think, oh, this will make a difference in my life. Right? If out of the 8 traits that I shared, if you liked even 1 or 2 that you felt, oh, this will change my life, this can really be useful to me, say, मैं खेलेगा. If you think मैं खेलेगा is the attitude I need, with this I can change my life and make a big contribution to my family and everyone, I'm going to use this. Take a note, start following it every day, you'll be able to sustain it. So I would think that everyone should have a learning diary in which you keep capturing those appealing thoughts. Carry it, particularly when you attend a session like this. Capture those thoughts, revisit those thoughts every Sunday. Associate yourself with one voluntary organization. If you can't find one, join CJC. There's another organization of whom I'm part of, Toastmasters International. Heard of Toastmasters? Some of you have heard. I'm part of Toastmasters International. Why do I go there? Because it helps me in polishing my communication skills and my leadership skills. Now I can do a lot of contribution to the society through that channel as well. Right? So associate yourself with some voluntary organization because you are the one who's going to benefit the first. Not CGC, not the people. First, you will benefit. Why? How? If you have to deliver a session on time management, what will happen to you? You will polish your own time management skills, your knowledge, what you have about time management. Then you practice some of them. Because when you have practiced those skills, you will talk confidently that yes, this will work. So, who is benefiting? So, or take Java, if you're teaching about Java, you want to be sure about nuances. If I'm talking about this subject, I have to be pretty sure about it. Who is benefiting? I'm benefiting it first, right? So I would recommend take notes, repeat them, review them, look at them very frequently, get associated with a voluntary organization because you get to practice informal leadership in a voluntary organization. Informal. In organization, I hold a designation. Director, group manager, senior manager, something, or CEO. I hold a, if I ask, things will anyway happen. Right? But in informal leadership, you have to really show your material before people will follow you. If you don't have the right skills, the right competence, right attitude, right material, people will not follow you. So you get to practice. So one, keep learning. Two, keep practicing. Does it answer your question? Any other question before we move forward? Yes, please. How do we fight negativity, right? Which is continuously coming in. A great question. No, there was one phrase I always remember, particularly when I think of CGC. अंधेरे को मिटाने के लिए दिया जलाओ. You want to lighten, you have to light the lamp. You want to remove the darkness, you have to lighten the lamp. If you want to remove poverty, you have to bring in money, you have to make the economy run. So, did you get the answer now? You got it? You're smart. To beat the negative ideas, always have abundant amount of positive ideas and positive energy. To fight poverty, you need money. You need the economy to run. To fight the darkness, you need the light. To fight the negative attitude, you need the positive attitude. Or positive information, positive sayings. At a micro level, the lot of tips I can give you, subscribe to those on a thought a day. But don't just read them. Implement them. I read one great book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People long back. Heard of it? I read it several times, not only once. It was not a book for me to read and throw it away. I presented the book summary to a lot of people, and I tried to use that in my life, in my work. The number one habit is, some of you have read, come on, what's the number one habit? Be proactive. Be very clear of your goals. Can you survive if you're not even clear about the goals and you're not proactive in any organization at a leadership position? So you have to keep working with the positive ideas. You have to work with them, not only read and talk about it. Yeah? Yes, please. Wow, that's a tough one. What are the challenges I faced? Many challenges. I can talk about the challenges. What worked for me? Right? What worked for me? I'm immediately reminded of what did not work for me. I'm also reminded of challenges which I'm not able to solve. Let me first share the challenges that I'm not able to solve for myself. Then I'll be able to focus on the challenges I solved. Politics in the organization. I have tough time dealing with it. I can't. See, there are certain things which to beat them, you have to probably use the same thing, which I can't do. Right? What is politics in the organization? Number one is that spreading negativity in the organization, spreading some negative stuff. Now, if I'm proactive, if I'm in charge, how can I do that? So how do I beat that? I try to beat it by bringing the positive and the right information. But not every time you're successful. It can be very, very challenging. There are people who are expert at it. I'm not expert on this. And I don't want to be. I'm okay. I'm okay if I can't solve some of my challenges. It's okay, but I don't want to be trying something that I'm not. Okay, so a few things that work for me, reading books. It always helps. Reading books. Okay? Reading books because, tell me, how many of you have read 5 books this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 10 people have read 5 books. 5 books, and not novels or storybooks, right? Some real good leadership stuff, some good books. So in our country, in any audience you go, 70% of people may have read 1 book a year, not 5. If you read 3 books, and if you read 2 books on the same subject, you know double than the audience knows. In your work also, people have read only a few things, they would have tried only a few things. If you have tried double the things, you know more than them. In fact, in my future slides, so the aspect is about you need to know more than others. You need to do more than others to succeed. Okay, so some of the things that worked for me were around knowing more than others, working more than others, expecting less than others. I never had a discussion about my pay package with my boss. I never had a question mark, why am I paid less? How can I get paid more? I never had a question, no discussion on that topic. I expect less. I leave it to him, whatever he could do. But he can see that I know more than others, which means that I am the internal person to whom people could rely on. And then similarly, I could do more than others. So these are the things that worked for me. Yeah. Yes, please go ahead. If I got your question right, how do we minimize our distractions and how do we focus? One of the slides actually talk about it. Concentrate on your goals and objectives and less on your uncertainties. So the distractions will come. So first of all, you need to classify and define what are they. They are distractions, right? Call them distraction. You have to be open and bold to call them what they are, to define for yourself and your family and for them, right? You have to be upfront. If you keep avoiding to tell them the truth, then they're going to again and again and again and again use it. But you have to tell them. So you tell them that this is a distraction against my goal. This is against my goal. This is a distraction. Once you've defined the problem, then there is a likelihood that you will be a little more disciplined. And you have to have that internal discipline. You have to make that sacrifice. When I gave my first and I appeared for the CA entrance exam, I failed. I was always among the top 3 boys in my class throughout my life. And I gave the entrance exam and I failed. Why? I was overconfident. I failed. And such a shocker to me, Sunil, you failed. How can you fail? What face am I show to my dad and my mom? I failed in an exam. You know what the full form of CA? And come again. Write exam, fail, come again. Write exam, fail, come again. So then I realized why people call it CA. Then I said, no, nothing doing. Now I'm going to be a different person. I missed my first promotion. I decided I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to figure out what is it that I missed. I'm going to work hard on that. 3 years, no single movie I watched. No movies. With friends, all about studies. I am not very smart person. I am a hard-working person. Some of my inputs that I'm trying to share will be useful from a hard-working person's attitude. If you're smart, you will probably gain more. If you're not so, if your aptitude is not very high, my score could be lower in aptitude. I don't know, I've never given a test. I am CA, which is a tough exam to crack. Maybe it's average or maybe below average. But what I'm saying is, working hard, being disciplined, worked in my favor. Intelligence is something I acquired. It didn't come to me naturally. I had to work hard for it, if that hurts you. Yes, please.
What do you think about going online studying and that India is not that much stable for working or you can students or
Okay, so there can be different answers to this question. You have to pick up the one that applies to you. My thought is, I'm in an industry which gave me a lot. There are a lot of people who did not get that much from this industry. There are a lot of people who were competing with me probably did not get. They tried the variety of things. Probably I got something they didn't get. So all these things happen. So a lot of these are very individualistic. Something that works for A does not work for B or C. If you're looking for a general answer, there are some of the advanced countries where the economy is booming, there's a demand, they're willing to pay high. Of course, course, if you are able to study there and really get a job and do things, it will work in your favor. My daughter is now working in London. Just a couple of months. I'm proud father, right? So it worked for her. But I know for her friend who returned because she didn't get a job there. Spent 50 lakhs, 40 lakhs rupees there, right? Didn't get a job, studied, but now back to India. But they are rich people, it doesn't matter for them. So it depends, yeah? There was a question, yeah. How do we explore our thoughts, okay? Okay, I think basically the question is how do we expand our thinking? How do we expand our horizon, our thinking, our thoughts, our abilities, our competence in line with that? Very, very important to know your thoughts, very, very important to work on your thoughts because what you think, you speak, which is told. What you think becomes your act as well, right? If you keep thinking about only Netflix and Amazon Prime and all those things, only that is what you will have running all the time. But if you're thinking of some good action, maybe it will become an action and it will benefit. So very, very important. I would think reading is certainly going to be useful and helpful. Attending forums like this, talking to people, right people. Talking to people who have those inputs, who have been working on themselves to be able to give those inputs to you. Those are the very basic and starting thoughts for you to expand your knowledge or your thoughts. How are we doing on time? Time is up. I had a lot more material. One thing that I would like to quickly share is my key thoughts on working on your progress. So there are some of these things that I'm going to skip because they're good and important, but there is something that I will talk about before I wrap it up. So do more than others. It's going to add value to you. You will not get fired. Okay, I'll take that.
The first point we said means I am responsible. There is no thing, right?
The first trait was be secure in yourself, but I understand. I am responsible. I am the boss. Yes.
How much we are responsible is my question because you may be the leader somewhere, but from back end you are going to be forceful. So that is how much we are responsible.
Okay, very good question. How much are you actually responsible? Let's talk about a family scenario first. Okay, in my family of 4, me, my wife, my 2 daughters, whatever happens, am I responsible? Yes? Is my wife also responsible? How much I am responsible, how much is she responsible? Debatable. Agree? But if I think that, look, at the end of the day, whatever is happening, I am responsible, which means that I need to take the responsibility and I need to work on it and solve the problem. That's going to help my family. Make sense? Will this kind of thought help versus, oh, I'm not responsible, my wife should take care of the kids, she should do this. Will that help? Or if I think, no, I'm responsible, I'm going to do whatever is required to help my own family and do everything. Maybe we'll make 20%, 40%, 60% progress, but I'm equally or more responsible. Which side of the thinking process will help you? Same thought, same way it applies to a professional organization or a voluntary organization. In CGC, if you're part of it and you think, no, I'm not responsible, Munawar Bhai is responsible for everything that happens here. Things are not going to work. You have to polish your skills. You have to come and say, hey, Munawar Bhai, I'm ready to deliver a session on this. Any day, please call me if you need me. You have to volunteer. You have to take the responsibility. Then things will happen for you and for the organization. Does it answer the question? Okay, so I was talking about do more because you will add value to yourself. Certainly, I want to talk about this that you need to do more than others. Okay. Yeah, we should know if you're trying to work on your promotion and your growth right now in your company, you need to really know the technicalities. number of years required, type of experience required, specifics you need to gather. You can ask, you can find out, you can watch, observe, whatever way it works in your organization, you must know that if you're working on your growth. Okay? Don't think that if you perform, you'll get it. Maybe you'll get it for first promotion, second promotion, not after that. Performance is taken for granted, is a basic thing. If you did not do it, you're out of the job. Right? Something more is needed. You have to be excellent in your work. You have to do whatever you're doing pretty well to go to the next level. You have to beat others. Now, beating others doesn't mean you really go and beat. You have to sometimes be faster than others. Sometimes you have to do better quality. Sometimes you have to do better research. And I tell you, please believe me, all of these you can do. You can do better research. You can do better quality, at least at times. You can do faster than others. The meaning what? If the same work is given to 3 people, the third person can decide, I will complete this first and then I will do something else. Not like, okay, let the last date come, then I will also submit. Become the best available and the right person in the organization. That is the crux to work on your own promotion and growth. You have to become the blue-eyed boss of the boss. You have to be liked by the boss. If you're not being liked by your boss, you will not keep growing. Bosses are bad. Not bad in the bad sense, but they have reasons. They probably know something more than you. You have to become the blue-eyed boy. You have to be liked by your boss. If not, it will not work for too long for you. And there are things that you need to do. For example, when you're doing something, keep the boss informed and involved. You're trying to do something new, does the boss know? You're trying a different thing, does the boss know? So keeping the boss informed. Larger goals of the boss, sometimes you have to work on, without even that being the work list. Because if the boss is trying to make the customers happy and you are only complying with the process, it's not going to give you what the organization needs. You need to know the top 5 challenges of a boss, at least 5 challenges. What are his challenges or her challenges? I need to contribute to them. That's how you work on your growth. Last thing is, don't make a mistake of gossiping negative things in the organization. We talked about negative attitude, negative information, playing politics. Don't involve yourself into those. These 3 things in short definitely going to help you work on your own growth. So in the interest of time, I think I'll wrap it up here. Do we have time for more questions today? Or couple of questions? 2 questions I'll take, only 2 questions. Yes, please. Crucial conversation. Crucial conversation. This book talks about if you don't discuss the right things at the right stage, it will become a problem in future. Have you heard of this book, by the way? Any of you? It's a very good book. So, crucial conversation means there are situations wherein you have conflicting thoughts. Let's say me and Munawar think in opposite direction. He thinks we should do it here. I think we should do it only on the first floor. For example, let's take opposing views. Number 1. Number 2, stakes are high. Stakes are high. Money involved, cost involved, planning involved, effort involved, and so on. So the opposing views are there and the stakes are high. You have to talk it out. If you don't do that, after the event or at the end of it, I told you, right? And you will frustrate more and you will make mistake and he will make mistake. You and your partner, you and your friend have to have that conversation. If your friend is causing a distraction in your objectives, you need to have that conversation. So how do you do that? That's an interesting book that I'm reading. Last question. What is the meaning of proactive management? See, you can associate the word proactive with anything, right? So let's focus on proactive. Yeah. So proactive, what is the meaning of proactive? Thinking ahead, focused, and looking at the goal. Right? Looking at the goal before you begin. That is being proactive. Having a goal clarity, starting, begin. No, you begin with the end in mind. Right? So, and then you feel that I am responsible, I will take charge. I will not let a wrong thing happen. I will not let a mistake happen. That is being proactive. So that is example of being proactive management. Best proactive management, what can I say? So Qatar decided to host the World Cup 2022. Was it a proactive, was it a great decision for them? They burnt a lot of money, but it was oil money. It was not taxpayers' money. So they could afford to do it, right? Has it done good to the country? Of course. Has it done something back to the country? Of course. But you look at the pros and cons, there are brains there who have figured it out, who have understood the pros and cons. Still, they have gone out and burnt 10 times more than the normal cost of hosting FIFA. Okay? Because they are working on the Vision 2030, not winning the elections of 2024. That is proactive management. Thank you so much. I had a great time. Back to you, Sunny.
Thank you very much. How was that? Are you guys sleeping? So before I share the experiences or learning, I would want to do a quick exercise of 1 minute where I would be asking you guys what each of us have learned, just in a line or in a word, one by one. What we have learned out of this, just quickly, one word or just line, one sentence. One by one. Need to be proactive. Good vision, yes. Do more than others. Give time and explore your thoughts. Any last thoughts? Be more responsible. Last one. More, do more concentration. Thank you very much. It means everyone is active. I just wanted to check. Thank you, Sunil sir, again for sharing your wonderful experiences. I know, I'm sure it's going to help each one of us sitting here. Now, after this, we have one more wonderful session. Uh, Mentor for many of the volunteers. We have Syed Ali Luqmani sir here, who has been delivering a lot of speeches, motivate us to do more every time. And he's here. I would like to call him. He's also like a director of Gyanam Academy and Gyanam Junior College, Shalibanda. And without a delay, I would be calling him to share. So his topic is like sharing the benefits of volunteerism.
Thank you so much, all the dignitaries on the dais. Arif Nawaz Sahab, Amjad Sahab, Sunil Kunteda Sahab, Munawar Sahab, and all the volunteers of CGC and all the would-be volunteers of CGC and other NGOs. I welcome all of you. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to all of you. Well, it was like as usual, quite informative and thought-provoking session of Mr. Sunil. And when we talk of volunteerism, his name also pops up because out of his busy schedule and the kind of position he holds in the industry, it's not very easy for many people to come out and take it an hour or 1.5 hour of session on a voluntary basis, and that too being a CA. So and we request you for coming again. Yes. All right. So volunteerism. But before I start, let me ask a few questions. Like, how many of you are already volunteer of CGC here? I just want to see how many of you are volunteers. All right, please put your hand down. How many of you are already working in some company, working somewhere? MashaAllah, so many of you. So many potential volunteers we have. How many of you are students here? A good number. Please. Thank you. One last question now. How many of you have benefited through CGC as a student or as a working person right now? Benefited through CGC already? All right, mashallah. Thank you so much. Well, that was also to partially awaken anybody. Half of the job was done by Sami Bhai while by asking questions. So I was trying to wake up people, those who were those who did not answer. Anyways, so where can I get the switch? Right. Yeah. Volunteerism. So by now, I hope, I suppose, almost all of you have a vague idea at least of what do you mean by volunteerism. इसके माने क्या हैं? Can anybody guess? Want to guess, please? What is volunteerism? What do you mean to be a volunteer? Anybody? Who is telling? Who is telling? Okay, to do something without any expectations. And can somebody add more to what he said already? One hand is raised there. So social support to the society, good, mashallah. Please raise your hand so that I can pay attention to you. Who is speaking? He. All right, that's good. But these two things need to be connected. I mean, what all you have said, two things are important. One is, you want to say something? Bringing discipline in people. That's right. So from the answers, what all you have given, we can connect all of them and come out with what he has said, like doing something for the good of people, for the well-being of people, without any expectation of any reward. Okay, if we are expecting a reward or if you are doing it for a reward, it is not volunteerism. It's a kind of service you are delivering for something in return, for some consideration. Okay, so well, it's a bookish definition what you can see on the screen right now, but I hope you understood, you got the gist of it. Doing something for the good of people without expecting any reward. Now the question is, why shall you take out time? Already we are so busy, and phone has made us more busy. Whatever free time we had, it is taken away by the phone. Now why shall I come out and do some volunteerism? What is that I'm going to get in return? To develop yourself, then you are expecting a reward, maybe. Somebody, you raised hand. Yes. What is that? Okay, support juniors also, please. Last person, last. Uh-huh. Perhaps. Okay, fine. Why? That's a better answer, I suppose. Please clap for him. How many of us are born on our own? None of us. None of us are grown up on our own. We are brought up. None of us are educated on our own. We were educated by somebody. We may continue arguing like people did it for their good, blah blah. They got something. My teacher was paid, actually. I paid a good tuition amount, etc. All these things we can talk about. But whatever we are today, there is a lot of voluntary work of so many people, isn't it? While you were coming in, there were people who guided you. Perhaps if you didn't know the address of this place, maybe you asked somebody. How many of you asked somebody where is FAPSI, and how much did you pay them? You didn't pay anything. How much are you paying to Google? If you have followed Google app, how much are you paying to Google? I mean, again, it gets into other debate, like how Google benefits through your data and all. But and the thing here is, you are not paying personally to anybody whose services you are taking like that. Nevertheless, so there's so much of voluntary contribution already made to our lives. हमारी जिंदगियों पर बहुत सारे लोगों का बहुत सारा एहसान हो चुका है. अब हमारी बारी है. If you are in a position to give, you have to give, isn't it? like people those who believe in destiny, like उर्दू में तकदीर बोलते हैं ना, कर्मा in Hindi or Sanskrit, taqdeer, destiny. People those who believe staunchly or strictly or in some different ways about destiny, they say that whatever I have to get, I'll get it. जो मुझे मिलना है वो मिलेगा, जो मेरा नहीं है वो मुझे नहीं मिलेगा, isn't it? So there was this person who was a very strict believer of destiny, and one day he was passing through a jungle, and he found a bird was half dead almost. Its feathers were worn out and it was about to die, kind of situation. This man started feeling like how this bird will survive now. Abhi chudi kaisa jiyegi? So then he was just thinking, and another bird came from some place and it started feeding this bird which was about to die, and this bird again got some energy to survive for some more time. And this man was so happy to see that how is nature working, like one bird coming from nowhere and started feeding this bird which is about to die. So he comes to his sheikh. Sheikh means the religious guru, and he says, I'm forgetting the name of the sheikh. If somebody knows, please help me recollect. So he says, Sheikh, I got a good learning about destiny. What is that? God will not let you die. You see, I saw a bird which was half dead already, and another bird came from somewhere, and it started feeding it. So I have learned that come what may, I will be protected. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? So the sheikh said, that's a good example, but you took the wrong lesson. Why are you taking the example of the half dead bird? Why can't you take the example of the bird which has come to feed the bird? We need to become that bird which goes out there voluntarily and helps the other bird which is about to die. Because the hand of the giver, like it is said by the Prophet, peace be upon him, the hand of the giver is above the hand of the taker, receiver. You are giving it. So being a volunteer is better than being a beneficiary, isn't it? Why we need to volunteer? If we are expecting rewards from volunteerism, then somewhere the thought of volunteerism is a little bit contaminated. Nevertheless, it's good to start with that thought. Even with that intention, we can start. Uske baad we will get the zeal to work for people. Like I was just browsing through if there is any change in the data, and I found there was slight change. Well, 21.9% of the people are below poverty line in India, BPL. 21.9. That means, अब imagine कर लो कितने सारे लोगों को, and then we are how much? 1.35 billion. इतने सारे लोग हैं हम, इसमें से जो है 21.9% लोग बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन है. और बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन के लोग कौन हैं? Who are they? According to various kind of calculations and all, people those who consume less than 2100 of calories in urban settings and 2400 calories in rural setting are below poverty line. Roughly calculated from monetary terms, Google again says 11,400 से अगर आपकी तनख्वाह कम है तो आप कौन है? बिलो पॉवर्टी, गरीबी की रेखा के नीचे जीने वाले शख्स हैं आप, बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन. इतने सारे लोग हिंदुस्तान में बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन हैं. तो अब हमारी जिम्मेदारी बनती है, अगर आप अबव पॉवर्टी लाइन है तो ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है, ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि हम कुछ करें उनके लिए. इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट फीडिंग देम, हम उन्हें जाके 2400 कैलोरीज पर डे ऑफर करें, ऐसी बात मैं नहीं कर रहा हूं. क्योंकि ये वो चाइनीज प्रॉवर्ब है ना, आप जानते हैं, टीच ए मैन, गिव ए मैन ए फिश एंड ही ईट्स फॉर ए डे. टीच ए मैन हाउ टू फिश एंड ही ईट्स फॉर लाइफ. जिंदगी भर वो जो है मछली पकड़ेगा और खाएगा. तो हमको कुछ ऐसा काम करना है जिससे ये 21.9% का डाटा कम हो. गवर्नमेंट यूजुअली वांट्स टू प्रेजेंट ए रोजी पिक्चर, अच्छी पिक्चर बताने की कोशिश करती है. तो आई हैव सस्पिशन अबाउट दैट नंबर. इफ दे से 21.9, आई बिकम सस्पिशियस दैट इट मस्ट बी बिगर देन दैट. ठीक है, तो इतनी सारी हमारी जो है नीड, हमारी जरूरत है अभी. वी हैव टू डू समथिंग. हाउ डू वी डू? फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट we can provide medical support, we can provide support through education. Well, these are not in order of importance. ये importance अहमियत की ऑर्डर में नहीं है ये. वैसे मैं randomly जो है इसको लिखा हूं यहाँ पर. Financial, health, education, moral support to people. A person who is getting demotivated, demoralized, वहां पर उसके सामने पॉजिटिव बात कह देना ही उसके लिए जो है आपका वॉलंटरी वर्क है. और वो उसके लिए it can be a life savior. Many people give up the idea of suicide when somebody counsels them. And one life is saved, imagine. And when one life is saved, one generation is saved. आप जो है उसकी फैमिली को कितना बेनिफिट कर रहे हैं. अगर आपके कुछ मीठे बोल सुनकर अगर कोई शख्स सुसाइड वाला इरादा तर्क कर दे या फिर जो है सेपरेशन वाला इरादा तर्क कर दे, तो यू आर एडिंग, यू आर हेल्पिंग वन जनरेशन. जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट by being a volunteer. And guidance, of course, the name which we have in our name of the organization also, Career Guidance Council. We have been providing, alhamdulillah, guidance to thousands of students so far. Thousands of students have benefited, and thereby the beneficiaries are in lakhs, I can say, because these thousands might have impacted the lives of lakhs. सही है ना. डिफरेंट कंपनीज में काम कर रहे हैं और उनके फैमिली मेंबर्स भी हैं जो उनके बेनिफिट, उनके जॉब पे लग जाने से बेनिफिट हुए हैं. सो द बेनिफिट ऑफ सीजीसी वॉलंटियर्स have passed on to lakhs of people, not only regionally but nationally and internationally also. I want to appreciate all the volunteers of CGC who have been working continuously, and I request all of you to do so. क्योंकि the impact has been profound. बहुत ज्यादा impact हुआ है, माशाल्लाह. So these are the areas where we need to work now, and the question is how. मैं थोड़ा क्विकली जो है पास ऑन हो रहा हूं ताकि जो है हम उसको जल्दी से कैच कर लें और हम अपने प्रोग्राम के इख्तिताम पे पहुंचे. मोस्ट सिंपल एंड द मोस्ट इजीएस्ट थिंग, डोनेट मनी और थिंग्स. इट्स अ विंटर सीजन. व्हाट टू डोनेट नाउ? ब्लैंकेट्स, जैकेट्स, स्वेटर्स, कैप्स एटसेट्रा. पैसा दे दो किसी को, बहुत आसानी से. टेक, पुट योर हैंड इन द पॉकेट, यू गेट समथिंग, गिव इट टू समबडी. इट्स बिगर डील, बाय द वे. Even no, donating money is not a small thing. It is a bigger thing, definitely, but it's the most easiest one. बड़े आसानी से, बड़े आराम से, whether you wear a lux cozy or not, बड़े आराम से you can give money and get along. ठीक है. Then physical effort, helping somebody physically, up, no, lifting weight of somebody, like on a maybe railway platform, helping an old lady to pick her baggage or something like that, making the old man or a small kid cross the road. A voluntary effort, a small little thing which we can do and make the time and the life of somebody else better. आप तो रोड क्रॉस करके वापस आ जाएंगे अपने साइड पर, बट उसका एक काम बन जाएगा. I mean, the man or the woman or the child giving advice, again this is most economical also, but often wrongly used. When people end up giving a wrong advice to others, well, आसान है ना, बहुत आसान है, और मजा भी आता है एडवाइस देने में, मजे ले लेके एडवाइस देने में. I also advise people a lot, and I know the pleasure of it. तो बहुत मजा आता है एडवाइस देने में. और any day when the person fails, you can again blame, but that they have not actually followed your advice fully. Somehow, no, that's very easy, but still keep advising, give them the right advice, and only if we know. That's what, no, that's very, very important. If somebody seeks an advice from you about something which you are not good at, it's in fact appreciated if you voluntarily say, please go and ask somebody there. That time volunteerism क्या है आपकी? एडवाइस देना नहीं है. उस वक्त वॉलंटियरिज्म ये है कि आप बोलें कि डोंट आस्क मी गाइस, मेरे से मत पूछो. ये ज्यादा अच्छी वॉलंटियरिज्म है. गिविंग टाइम, ये थोड़ा टफ हो गया है इस दौरान. लाइक आई वाज ब्लेमिंग मोबाइल फोन फॉर इट, सोशल मीडिया, इंटरनेट एंड ऑल. गिविंग टाइम हैज बिकम रियली वेरी टफ. उसके लिए हमें तैयार होना है, along with all other things. I mean, it's not like मैं तो सिर्फ टाइम ही दूंगा. देखो, पैसे भी देना है, फिजिकल एफर्ट भी लगाना है, एडवाइजेस भी देनी है, और टाइम भी देना है. ठीक है. Where to volunteer? क्या क्या करेंगे अभी? नाउ if you are anywhere touched or thinking right now कि no, I think I should volunteer, the reason why you are here already, अभी आप यहाँ तक पहुंचे हैं अगर, तो कहीं ना कहीं वॉलंटियरिज्म का जज्बा है, बल्कि यहाँ तक आए हैं. सही है ना? One or two people might have been influenced by others to come. आओ देखेंगे क्या होता बोल के आए होंगे शायद, I guess so, but others might have already come with that intention. So have you already decided where to volunteer? क्या क्या volunteerism करने वाले हैं? Three people before we move ahead. क्या volunteerism आप करना चाह रहे हैं? Right now you are helping others to give the answer. Train people, mashallah. Anybody else? Who is telling? Who is telling? Who is telling? Empower the youth for business. Very good. You want to become a motivation and motivate people. Mashallah, good. Or koi? Or koi? I see only same people are coming up with answers. Job seekers को मदद करना चाहें. So CGC is the right platform for you. Are you already a volunteer? माशाल्लाह. और कोई उधर से हाथ उठा था? हाँ हाँ. Good, mashallah. That's great. Anybody else? That side? Somebody said yes. Okay, you want to help people to secure a job immediately after their education is over. Where to volunteer? Well, CGC is a very good platform. You can connect to us. And you might have heard अभी आजकल बहुत क्या कहते हैं उसे fashionable words use करने का दौर है. Hassle free, user friendly kind of thing. So it's quite hassle free to become a volunteer of CGC. There's no paperwork involved. You can just come. You can just come into our programs. हमारे programs में आइए आप. CGC का जो weekly program होता है उसमें आइए. Be a part. First, be an audience. Then you get some ideas. Like you want to say something to share with people. Come contact us. जो वहाँ पर volunteers होंगे उनसे मिलिए, पूछिए क्या कर सकते हैं आप. आपके प्रोफाइल से के हिसाब से आपको जो है volunteer work देने का जो है हम प्रबंध करेंगे. All right. So CGC is a very good platform for all of you. So I recommend all of you to be a part of that. CGC has been doing all that. मेरे ख्याल से मनोवर भाई का सेशन हो गया है जिसमें उन्होंने बताया कि CGC क्या-क्या कर चुकी है और क्या-क्या करना चाहती है. We want to do big things. And by the way, maybe Manor bhai already said that CGC doesn't open branches in other states. बोले हैं अब वो point touch करे. अच्छा. So we do not open branches in the states, but we have so many volunteers who are volunteering in other states with the names of their own NGOs. In fact, some people approached us for the same, but we said, no, you start it, put your own name, run it like that. Because what is important is not the name. सही है ना? नाम में क्या रखा है? So CGC has been doing very good work. So you can be a part of this big effort and be a volunteer. Maybe next year in the volunteer, this call for volunteer program, you are not at that side of the dais, but this side of it. Be an organizer. ठीक है, but there is a takeaway. These are the things which are the benefits. I was telling you, okay, volunteerism has to be, is absolute volunteerism only when we are not expecting a reward, but reward comes along. हो ही जाता है. So people, those who are on the verge of it, whether shall I do it or not kind of thing. तो उनके लिए मैं कुछ यहाँ पर बताने वाला हूँ कि benefits क्या हैं volunteerism के. Learning, so many people learn. I also learned. I keep on learning so many things from volunteerism. जब भी कोई CGC के प्रोग्राम में आप आएंगे, आपको कुछ ना कुछ नई चीज सीखने को मिलेगी. ठीक है. So there's a lot of learning. Not only CGC, but any voluntary work you do, you learn through that. Networking, you get to know many people. Achha, one more condition, not as such an essential condition, but one condition of volunteerism is you help people, those whom you do not know also. सिर्फ उन्हीं को नहीं जिनको आप जानते हैं, बल्कि उन्हें भी जिन्हें आप नहीं जानते, उनकी भी आप मदद करेंगे. तो उसके बाद क्या होगा? आप उनको जानने लग जाएंगे. The network will increase and you may connect people and then let them benefit through each other. Sometimes the benefit may come to you also as a return, but we need not put an expectation of it. It enhances our self-esteem. We feel good when we give something to people, when we do something good to people, rather than receiving something. हम सिर्फ मदद लेने में अगर खुशी हासिल कर रहे हैं तो somewhere we are not up to our potential. All of us have potential to give, to do something good. हम अच्छा करने का potential रखते हैं और हमें वही करना चाहिए. It enhances our self-esteem. Psychological well-being. If you guys have time, then एक मैं book आपको recommend करूँगा. Alex Corp की book है, Upward Spiral. In that book, he has listed. He is talking about depression there. Depression, psychological depression की बात वो कर रहे हैं. उसमें एक चैप्टर है और एक या फिर एक पार्ट है जिसमें वो बात कर रहे हैं कि किस तरह से डिप्रेशन से बचा जाए. उसमें वो कहते हैं psychological research has proved that doing things voluntarily, social work, like donating things to people, that will enhance your mental health, mental capacity आपकी बढ़ाती है ये चीजें. और स्टडीज ये बताते हैं कि when you do something without expecting any return, सिर्फ ऐसे ही, तो आपके ब्रेन के जो सिक्रेशंस होते हैं that will help you overcome your sorrow and sadness and you feel better after that. Maybe it appears from a calculation point of view, or if I'm giving 100 rupees out of my 500 rupees, I'm only left with 400 rupees. मेरे 400 रुपए ही बच जा रहे हैं पॉकेट में, ये थॉट तो होगी ही इकोनॉमिक कैलकुलेशन के हिसाब से, लेकिन जो है साइकोलॉजिकली आपको वो 100 रुपए से ज्यादा का बेनिफिट होगा. ठीक है, यू नीड नॉट फील द बेनिफिट राइट देन, वहां पर आपको अच्छी फीलिंग आ जाना जरूरी नहीं है, बट दैट इज गोइंग टू मेक योर मेंटल हेल्थ बेटर. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट, स्टडीज आर नो सेइंग दैट, renowned psychologists are saying that, and people, those who volunteer, those who do social work, are very very less vulnerable to something like no doing self harm, यानी कि suicide वगैरह करने से वो बहुत हद तक जो है safe हैं, क्योंकि voluntary work कर रहे हैं. That's how your mental health improves. That's also the reason why I want all of you to be a part of any voluntary organization, and why go far when CGC is here. You can be a part of CGC. Spiritual well-being as well. When we believe in the God, and how many of you think that the God will be unhappy when you help somebody? Unhappy. So, well, all of us believe firmly that the God is definitely going to be happy. It's to please him that if we do anything good to anybody, because that's the job of the God Almighty. He helps, he gives. That's what, if we also do, then he is very pleased. Like the volunteers of CGC will be pleased if you contribute to the works of CGC. अगर आप volunteer करेंगे तो हम खुश होंगे. इसी तरह से it's for spiritual well-being also. You are out of depression. It's a kind of self meditation का भी एक हिस्सा है, समझिए आप, voluntary work करना. ठीक है, but again there are some do's and do nots which we need to look at before we take up the task of volunteerism. क्योंकि आप किसी की मदद करने के लिए निकले हैं, उसका नुकसान नहीं होना चाहिए किसी को भी. Do's be humble and polite. If you are being aggressive, arrogant and impolite, then well, nobody has asked us to volunteer in the first place, isn't it? If we want to be rude, then it's better we do a business. In fact, we'll fail there also if we are rude. Lekin volunteerism is not a place where we have to be aggressive or rude. So this is the first to do of volunteerism. We have to do and then be humble. Secondly, taking initiative. Voluntary work, not that people tell you to do things and then you are starting. We have to take initiative. Any work coming up, we have to be the first person to rise to the occasion and go and involve in it. For example, like this event is being organized. अब इस event में मुख्तलिफ काम हैं, numerous works are there. आप एक काम के लिए assign किए गए हैं, दूसरा कोई काम आप देखें तो उसमें भी involve हो जाइए. Take initiative. Subject to conditions. Unity of command, again देखिए थोड़ा सा इसमें PPT में मैं order में नहीं रखा हूं चीजों को in order of importance. Everything is important, so they are randomly put. Unity of command refers to एक actually management में use होने वाली terminology jargon. MBA जो किए हैं, MBA BBA जरा ऊंचा. All right, so many MBAs. Like आज से 10 साल पहले engineers उठाते थे ऐसा हाथ. So you find unity of command in the books of BBA and MBA. Yes, unity of command, unity of direction. Anyways, unity of command is a must, whether it's a volunteer organization or it's a commercial organization, business organization. यानी कि the command should flow from one single head after a decision is made collectively. एक डिसीजन डेमोक्रेटिकली होगा, उसके बाद एडमिनिस्टर करते टाइम पे आपको किसी की बात सुनने पड़ेगी. देयर विल बी ए टीम लीड, देयर विल बी ए प्रोजेक्ट हेड. जो भी आपको बोले आपको वो काम करना है, तभी तो जो है सक्सेसफुल होगा प्रोजेक्ट. इफ एवरीबॉडी बिकम्स अ कैप्टन इन द क्रू, देन द शिप विल सिंक. सही है ना? तो आपको कैप्टन की सुननी पड़ेगी. टुमारो यू मे बी द कैप्टन हु इज लीडिंग द क्रू. Cooperation and coordination. No competition here with other volunteers. Competition to do more than what I have done yesterday. कल जो वॉलंटरी वर्क किया था मैं, उससे मुझे आज ज्यादा करना है, बट इससे ज्यादा नहीं करना है। इससे ज्यादा नहीं करना है मतलब ये कि मैं मेजर नहीं करूंगा कि हाउ मच यू आर डूइंग एंड हाउ मच आई एम डूइंग। वी may end up doing more or less, but no competition, only cooperation and coordination. Commitment to the work, whatever we are committed to, we have to deliver that. Authenticity and integrity, ये होना बेहद जरूरी है। हम किसी की हेल्प अगर कर रहे हैं तो उसमें we have to be authentic in our approach to help them. मतलब ये कि उसमें बनावटीपन, दिखावा, शो ऑफ ना हो। we have to be authentic, genuinity of our purpose, like we have to have compassion towards the person whom we are trying, जिसको हम मदद करना चाह रहे हैं उसके प्रति हमारा कंपैशन होना चाहिए, ठीक है। एंड फाइनली नो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, अदरवाइज फिर वो वॉलंटियरिज्म नहीं है, दैट इज पॉलिटिक्स, बिकॉज पॉलिटिशियंस डिस्क्रिमिनेट। अगर आप वॉलंटियर वर्क करना चाह रहे हैं तो आपको इनडिस्क्रिमिनेटली जो भी बेनिफिशियरीज हैं उन सबको आपको बेनिफिट देना है। ऑलराइट, फाइनली डोंट्स इन वॉलंटियरिज्म, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, क्या क्या नहीं करना है। वेल दैट इज द ऑपोजिट ऑफ व्हाट आर द वर्ड डूज आर, बट सर्टेन थिंग्स आई जस्ट वांटेड टू हाईलाइट। बीइंग रूड टू, वो कंज्यूमर्स नहीं बेनिफिशियरीज होना चाहिए वहां पर। डू नॉट बी रूड टू बेनिफिशियरीज, जो आपके बेनिफिशियरी हैं वॉलंटियरी वर्क में, उनको उनके प्रति आप रूड ना हो। बोस्टिंग सेल्फ एंड लुकिंग डाउन एट अदर्स, ये एक कॉमन जो है पिटफॉल है। पिटफॉल यानी कि जब आप कोई काम करने निकलते हैं तो देयर इज अ रिस्क दैट वी मे स्लिप इन दिस एरिया। I have seen sometimes that volunteers slip in this boasting of the self work. एक volunteer काम कर दिया, volunteerism कर दिया, उसके बाद जो है feeling good about self and looking down at others. If not other volunteers, at least the beneficiaries. जैसा कि हम एहसान कर रहे हैं उनके ऊपर। No, अगर वो नहीं है तो हमारे पास opportunity नहीं है करने की। You know what happens to a CGC session if there are no listeners? अगर कोई नहीं है तो, अगर इमेजिन करो आप लोग कोई भी नहीं है यहाँ पर, यू थिंक आई विल बी अगेन होल्डिंग द माइक एंड डिलीवरिंग दिस, अब आया तो बोल के जाऊंगा बोल के, नो, माय स्पीकिंग इज पर्पसफुल ओनली इफ यू आर देयर। तो आपकी वॉलंटियरिज्म उसी वक्त काम आएगी जिस वक्त बेनिफिशियरी होगा। तो बेनिफिशियरी को हमको देने के बाद क्या करना चाहिए? इफ वी हैव टू अटर वर्ड, क्या वर्ड अटर करें? थैंक यू फॉर टेकिंग दिस, थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग मी द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू सर्व यू, अदरवाइज इट्स गॉन, ठीक है। एंड ये बहुत खतरनाक चीज है जो कि ऑर्गेनाइजर्स ऑफ वॉलंटरी इवेंट्स जो है फेस करते हैं, लास्ट मिनट विड्रॉल्स। मैं नहीं आ सकता, इवेंट इज प्लान्ड, हाँ, आई एम बिजी, फोन स्विच ऑफ, नो रेस्पॉन्स टू मैसेजेस। तो ये जो है बहुत खतरनाक जो है गेम है। इट विल पुट द अदर वॉलंटियर्स इन ट्रबल। इफ यू आर इन ए टीम वर्क, आपको जो है लास्ट मिनट में विड्रॉ नहीं करना चाहिए। यू हैव टू गिव योर नेम ओनली व्हेन यू आर कमिटेड, ओके, एंड देन वर्क फॉर इट। प्रायोरिटाइज करना है, ठीक है। और मैं देखा हूं कि हम जब किसी भी चीज को प्रायोरिटाइज करते हैं तो हम डिलीवर कर सकते हैं। अगर हम उसको ओके आई विल ट्राई fully, all these words are these are screens to protect our willingness not to do. I'll do is a word which is positive, not I will try. So last minute withdrawal is very very bad. So many people get affected by that. दूसरे volunteers सफर होते हैं और beneficiaries जो है सफर होते हैं। Being selective or biased, ये भी हमें नहीं होना चाहिए। We have to be non-discriminative. Already वो point हम cover कर चुके हैं। So thank you so much. CGC welcomes you to be a part of Career Guidance Council and be a volunteer. Any one or two questions or observations from whatever I have said? अगर कोई कुछ बोलना पूछना चाह रहे हैं तो जो है you can, 2 minutes time. हाँ, thank you so much once again. Jazakallah. Sami bhai, over to you.
Thank you very much. Where did I get that? It's the names of the speakers. Okay. Wait, do you have the? Thank you, Lukman sir, again. So I would be calling our guest today for a very short speech. Then we move on to listening to our volunteers. So first of all, I would be calling Mohammed Amjad, who is the engineering manager at Bosch, to come and share a few words.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm really overwhelmed to be part of this group. First of all, I did not come here to give an inspiring quotations. I wanted to get inspired for the work what you guys are doing. Right, that is my main motivation to be here. So of course, this is for bonus for me that I'm called here to at least put on some points. Uh, Very good. So, do you know what is the USP of CGC? I mean, I'm associated, I think, very partially with Munawar Bhai in this initiative. But looking from outside, right? So, CGC works on the ground level, really on the ground level, on the roots, right? It is not about the slides, it is not about the promises, it is about what you deliver. So, you understand the pain points on the ground, you work on the initiatives, you bring the results. And that is why I think from 2 people, now we have, I think, 200, right? Maybe online much more. So this is the one point. Of course, someone who doesn't know me, myself, Amjad Khan. So I'm now engineering director working for Bosch in the electric power steering department. So I've been in India, of course, done bachelor's with Munawar Bhai. I've been in Germany almost 11 years, working for medical industry. Then moved to Coimbatore, also as an engineering head. Built up a team almost from 150 to 1,200 people. And then I moved recently to Vietnam, also establishing engineering center for electric power steering. So maybe in the future, if I'm given an opportunity, maybe I can also give something about automotive and Bosch. I don't want to bore you much now because very, very insightful, inspiring sessions from all the guests. I think maybe only 2 things I will just like to cover. So all the aspects which were told, I think we teach to our leaders in our corporate industry. All exactly. So it means whatever you do as volunteers, this is what we expect our leaders to do as well. I think Mr. Sunil can also back up. It doesn't matter which industry you come from, finance, automotive, medical. Yeah, one is servant leadership. Exactly what you guys are doing, volunteerism, right? Every CEO, every senior manager. So we want to call ourselves as servant leaders, not managers anymore. Yeah. So you call a manager now in a corporate world, they say, I'm not a manager. I'm not managing the people. I'm a leader. Right? So you guys are also the same. Other part, so many of the people use different aspects. So one is position, second one is competency, skills, third one is a network. Right? So someone uses, I think, position in a huge way, someone uses their competence in a huge way, someone uses their network in a huge way. I think a successful leader is basically, balances it out appropriately. Yeah. Last but not least, I think feedback. So we as leaders always ask feedback. Everything what we do. So we see, okay, how was it done? Maybe after this session, I'm sure that you will have a feedback session, right? So you will say, okay, how did it go? What can we improve? Everywhere, whichever work you do, feedback is very important. Second, a timely appreciation. So this is what we have also learned being 17 years, at least me in the industry, give a timely appreciation. It doesn't matter how low the work is, how big the work is, please appreciate. Appreciate yourself, appreciate the people around you. Yeah. So with this, I just conclude. Maybe I will be given opportunity some other time to talk more details. Thank you very much and welcome to the new volunteers. Thank you.
That was very short and sweet. Next guest of honor, Arif Nawaz Khan Saab, who is a president and chairman, FMS Welfare Trust USA.
very good afternoon to one and all, everyone here. And neither I'm a motivational speaker nor a leader. And thank you very much for all the great speeches here, motivation here. And I'm standing here as a volunteer of this organization because the subject of this CGC is to call for volunteer. The call for volunteer, and Mr. Sunil says, think as a CEO, and someone says to be as a leader. I will tell you that if you want to think, if you want to be a successful in the life, think like a Munawar. Think like a Munawar. I know him from last 10 years, associated with him, and I started this organization as a volunteer to Munawar. I was very supportive, cooperative, working with him closely, and still I learned today from his way of reaching to the people's mind. CEOs reach to the people's mind and do not look for any CEO, look for Munawar, how he handles his organization and how he set up these sections from one organization to another organization and getting you people involved. I have given only 2 minutes of time, and in this 2 minutes, I'm going to conclude that you came here to become a volunteer, join as a volunteer. And somebody says there, do not expect anything from the volunteer. That is wrong. If you become a volunteer, you will get a peace of mind. You will get a rewarded by indirect way. In that way, you will get a benefit of the volunteerism. Monetary benefits, you will not get it directly, but indirect benefits, you will get it from the volunteerism. So come and join CGC, and you open the floor to join any organization. You can contact Mr. Munawar, and if anyone is available, because Munawar may not need this many volunteers, I might need 1 or 2 volunteers. I'm greedy. So take my number from him. I cannot disclose my number here because this is his podium. Take my number from him. And anyone wants to join any organization, and particularly my small organization is serving 42 different locations in the world. And he is serving here in Hyderabad. And I'll give you the last example. In USA, if I call for a volunteer, we get 20 people in one call. Here you have to call, and call. People are not getting involved because life is busy, life is expensive here, and very less opportunities. And like someone says, the phone has keep us busy. So just come and join CGC. And if you give an opportunity to join, just come and join any organization and serve yourself. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Again, do not think like a CEO, think like him to be a successful man. And he's a successful man, not only in his career or in his profession, but he's successful in serving millions and millions of people. I am witness of it. I am witness of it. He started from scratch and expanded his horizon by his thinking, by his outgoing personality, by his humble nature, by his openness, transparency, accountability. Just follow him and be here as you. The function is to call for volunteer, come and join us. The last thing, very unfortunate thing, I see only 4 sisters, 5 sisters here compared to hundreds of men. Now, this is a very competitive world. In USA, if you see here, this many women are there and this many men are there. So this country is due to a cultural, maybe cultural thing. Women doesn't go out of the houses, but this is the time a sister, a wife, a mother, and a woman can work or volunteer more than a man. I can guarantee you that. Thank you very much, and I appreciate for giving me this opportunity, and thank you for calling me here, and I have a very good luck for CGC and Munawar's organization for a successful future. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestions and points. As a small token of gratitude to our guest, I would be calling Luqman sir to give away a memento to Mr. Sunil Kuntetas. Yeah. Can we have the bouquet also, please? Can we have the pictures? Can we clap? Memento. We also have the like a small token of gratitude in terms of memento. Now I would be requesting Brother Munawar to give away a bouquet to our other guest, Arif Nawaz Khan sir. I would request Brother Munawar to give away the bouquet to Muhammad Amjad as well. I know it's late. We would be trying to finish by 5:30 max. So I quickly would be calling our dear volunteers who would be speaking about 2 to 3 minutes, sharing their learnings and experiences with CGC that would certainly motivate us. To start with, I would be calling Mir Mohsin Ali to start this. Mohsin. I would request volunteers not to take more than 3 minutes, very quickly.
Assalamu alaikum, one and all. I have joined CGC 5 years back, and as usual, I have joined it as a student. When I was in third year of my BTech, I supposed to come to CGC sessions just to attain and just to improve myself. तो 2 साल मैंने ऐसे ही सेशंस अटेन किए. Then I got an opportunity. To survive, to serve the needy again. As 2 साल सेशंस अटेन करने के बाद, I got selected in an IT company as a software engineer. Okay. Yeah. Then I took up this opportunity to serve the needy again, because the thing which I get benefited, I just want to share the same benefit with others. So that motivates me a lot. So here in CGC I learned a lot. Now I am taking care of organizing sessions. Every weekend I organize sessions, and I used to coordinate with speakers. So thank you. That's my role here. So I welcome you all to join CGC, as this improves you a lot. Just come up with an idea, like it will improve me. It's for you. It's not for others that you are doing. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for giving this.
Thank you, Mohsin. Can we have Brother Mushtaq Badlani to come here and share his learnings? Next in the pipeline, Brother Javid to be ready as the next. Yeah, we would be requesting people to share their name and their designation and the company they are working in.
Thank you, Sami. Assalamu alaikum. I work for Amazon as a program manager, senior program manager. I've been associated with CGC for more than 10 years, but recently I've been a little more active, and just wanted to highlight a couple of things. You cannot just contribute with money or time. You can also work for facilitating some kind of grants from your company. Like each company, like in Amazon, we have Amazon in the community. So they give you grants for any kind of sponsorship program you come for the vulnerable section. So I had couple of those grants we have worked with Munawar Bhai, and they do most of the paperwork. So you don't have to do much. You just have to apply, and you have to coordinate with the company, and you will be able to contribute without contributing a single pie from your own pocket. With some little bit of time contribution and coordination, you will be able to help the CGC or any other voluntary organization you are working for. So you can take that opportunity also. So I will encourage you and urge you that you can look for such opportunities in your company and come up with those proposals and coordinate with Munawar Bhai. Thank you.
Thank you, Mustafa. Can I ask Javed Bhai to come? He is a very senior volunteer, and he is from IIT Kharagpur, Roorkee, I think. Yeah. Next in line, Wahid Ali Khan.
Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Good evening. Yeah. I am just testing so that you are all awake. Okay. So I just want to share my few words in 2 minutes. I joined CGC around more than 10 years back, and now I am seeing a lot of new faces in CGC as volunteers. That in olden days we had a lot of other volunteers who are now settled into abroad, and they are still contributing from their remote locations. So that's how it happened. Is around 10 years back I got a mail. At that time, WhatsApp and all were not so popular. So I got a mail like CGC is a organization, and whoever wants to join, this is what we do. Please come to a school. At that time in Tolichoki, I visited there. I liked the idea which was presented in the similar session, and I joined at the same time. Right. What I have benefited from CGC is it helped me also. Right. We get to talk to students. Right, and some of them are studying, some of them are looking for the jobs. So we share our learnings, how we prepared for the examination, for our interviews and all those things. So this is how we help them. And we also get learning, right? So we get to know people, what are the challenges being faced by the students, right? And what are this, how can we help? So something like there are students who are good in technical, but probably they don't know how to face the interviews, right? What are the things to take care of? So those things we teach, and then I also learn when other volunteers share it, right? So this is what you will also get in return. Whatever you are going to contribute to the students, you'll also get something in return. So it's both way. So that's it in short. I just forgot to introduce myself. So I am, as Shami said, I am Javed Ansari. I'm having around 17 years of experience, mostly in software. Though I'm a mechanical engineer, but joined a software company for my college itself, and working in GE currently. Thank you, everyone.
And I think Jahid has purchased a land and is constructing his own home in Tolichoki. So if you become a volunteer of CGC, we give you a family support also. So even many people call me for Daryafi. You know, Daryafi means background check before marriage. So many people calls me for Daryafi. So make sure you be very connected to with me. So I give a good volunteer so that I can recommend your name. That is one thing. The other thing is, apart from this one, I mean, like there are many volunteers who are not from Hyderabad. They are from outside Hyderabad. They settled in Hyderabad. So we not only, I mean, like ask them to come on weekends. We do spend some time out of the session also, having lunches and dinners and everything. So we enjoy the life. So make it a habit. Volunteerism is something about you should have a habit of it. You should not, okay, Sunday ke din subah 10 se 11 मैं ये करूँगा. That time will never come. Right? Many people come to us and they ask us. I mean, like Lukman Bhai has a college. He's running a college where he has around 1,800 students. He's dealing with. So every student is being interviewed personally before getting admission into Gyanam College. So when the parents come with a complaint that आप लोग ज़्यादा पढ़ा रहे बच्चे के पास time ही नहीं है. So he asks them to check their settings in the apps, and in the mobile phone they can see how many hours they have spent on Instagram. So we found that 4 to 5 hours on daily basis, and that is the answer to the parents that we give. Right? So many people have spent 8 hours per day on the social media. 8 hours, where we are heading to, and we are talking about students' life. This is so. If you're spending 5 to 8 hours daily on social media, so then I think you cannot be thinking like a CEO again, because as Sunil said, we have to do the job of a boss to become the CEO or do the job. And just to share my experience, and last January I was in US. So many people ask me, hey, COVID के time पे क्यों आया यार? COVID was at its peak and you are here, that too with a winter of minus 22 degrees centigrade. So मैं बोला कि अभी मेरा हाल ये है ऑफिस में, आई एम लाइक ए क्राइसिस मैनेजमेंट प्लेयर. सो अगर दुल्हन नहीं है तो दुल्हन बन जाना है, दूल्हा नहीं आया तो दूल्हा बन जाना है, खाजी साहब नहीं आया तो खाजी बन जाना है. So this is my job in office. So if you are a crisis player for our management, you will never be kicked out. So you always have a special place. right? So getting into the shoes of a CEO or a manager and uska kaam halka karenge, then they will uplift you. And that is the whole essence of, you know, making an when you become a volunteer, that's what we teach you. We teach you the confidence, we teach you, interpersonal skills, communication skills, presentation skills. There are so many things that you learn about this one. So that is one thing. So thank you, Jayad bhai, for raising up.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Wahid. Uh, I am a volunteer of CGC. I have started my journey with CGC in the year 2015 when I completed my graduation. Someone suggested me to meet Munawar bhai, and that day and today, I'm with Munawar bhai, alhamdulillah. What everyone has suggested, like Arif Saab and other people, and Sunil sir has quoted something like, you do boss's work. So I've tried to do all those things as a volunteer by working closely with Munawar bhai and Luqman bhai. And I'm very much thankful. वो कहते हैं कि दुआ काम आ गई, वो कोई की दुआ है जो मौका मिल गया मुझे कि आपके साथ काम करने का और सीजीसी के साथ काम करने का, समी भाई, शोएब भाई and many other volunteers जिसके साथ काम कर रहा हूँ. And alhamdulillah, I have seen an exponential growth in my career. In the year 2017, when I have completed my 2 years in process level job, I was thinking at that level, how should I get into the IT? At that time, I was not having a little hope to get into the IT. Now, finally, I can say I am into IT. I'm a Java programmer, IT trainee in an organization which I recently joined. If you want to come into the IT or other field in which you are working currently and not satisfied, join CGC, spend some time with us. You will get to know, you will get exposure, how things are working, how we can take a move, what are the things required to get promoted in the organization, and all. So the bottom line, you have to give time to get something out of it, and the time is only for 2 to 3 hours a week at least to start with. You'll see a result. Just now Munawar bhai said some points, presentation skills, communication skills and all. I'm the person who is not able to speak a collection of words, of 10 or 15 words maybe, but I'm okay to speak hundreds of words in front of you people. And I'm thankful for everything which I have got from the platform of CGC. Hope to see you all again back on the volunteer work. So many of the faces are familiar to me here, who were part of the organization or connected to one or the other member of CGC. Come back on ground, guys. We have to work on ground. Thank you so much.
This reminds me of one of my senior story. Sunil, just one thing. So one of my senior in my college, engineering college, he used to tell us, जिसके भी घर में शादी होती जाके फ्री में काम करने का, शादी खाने में जाके काम करने का, सौदा लाने का काम करने का, कई को फुकट में गुलामी kind of, right? Why you do this free kind of work? And he used to tell, no, you will learn many things. Purchasing is one of the good things that you learn, and you should know what masala gets into the biryani and many things and all. तो हम लोग बोलते थे अरे निकल के थोड़ा type exam. Then he went for US for doing MS. MS में आप लोगों को मालूम है, I mean 40 days a week job, पढ़ना भी है और job भी करना है in order to pay our fees. And he being a smart person, उन्होंने daily जाके एक के घर में बिरयानी पका देते, and he used to get $100. दूसरे लोग 10 घंटे काम करके $100 कमाते थे. You are getting my point? So he used to send a message to all, मस्जिद में लगा दिया, बाहर कॉलेज में लगा दिया, if you want to prepare a biryani for 10 people, $100, हैदराबादी बिरयानी. So he become expert. तो लोग घर को बुला के 8 दिन में 1-2 जगह पका लिया तो काम हो गया अपना रहे. So whatever he learned by being a volunteer in India is delivering in US and working like smart. तो अब अपन 10 घंटे काम करना, and he is just preparing biryani for 2 hours, earning $100. And this is how it helps you. It improves your productivity. Multitasking. आज क्या है? I mean, like people need person with 10 hands. They don't need people with 2 hands. People need a person with 10 hands in the sense multitasking, productive. जो लोग 1 घंटे में काम कर रहे हैं, मेरे को आधे घंटे में होना है, kind of. So we are living in a world which is changing very fast. These two things, especially doing things fast and productivity, this is very important. Okay, so Vahid has learned this one from CGC. Thank you, Vahid.
Hello everyone, I am Abdul Wahid and currently I am working as a process developer in one of the MNC called Genpact. It is 2017 when I started attending CGC sessions. The way I started looking at the world has completely changed when I started joining and attending CGC sessions. And soon after getting my graduation, I got a job immediately after completing my graduation. I got a job, and there are still few of my friends who are still looking for right job. They are not into MNC, they are working in Western Union, they are working in some Jagdish market kind of things. And the one of the major benefit that I got from CGC is I immediately get a job immediately when I completed my graduation. This is the benefit. And apart from that, I would like to tell all of you that India is in need you. People are in need you. We need to come ahead. We need to join hand with us, and we can so that we can do the better. There is a famous saying of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, जिसको बोलते हैं, मैं अपनी बात को खत्म करना चाहता हूँ. अगर तुम सिर्फ अपने लिए ही जिंदा हो तो इसका मतलब यही है कि तुम अपनी कौम के लिए एक जिंदा लाश हो. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
In the interest of time, I would be calling our last volunteer who is leading on the school side to share his experiences. Mirza Moizbek.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you all? बस एक ही क्वेश्चन था मेरा, कैसा है आप लोग? ठीक है. So I just wanted to give a quick learning which I get from the CGC is when I was in engineering, I was associated with CGC since last 8 years, 4 years of my engineering, and now I am corporate experience with 4 years. So these 4 years and that 4 years, total 8 years of association with the CGC. What I learned is when I was in my final year of engineering, till then I was learned lots of things in the with the help of CGC and the senior volunteers who helped me in every sectors, like how to give interviews and how to get presentation, how to give the presentations, like that. What everything I get it. And what happened is everyone has to come into the market at some time. Someone will come after the graduation and all like that. So I also come out of my college days, and I sincerely practice and give the interviews for 1 week, 1 month only. And with the help of CGC and the support and guidance, in the 1 month I got 5 offer letters from the 5 companies. Alhamdulillah. And the 5 companies are like, one is ICICI Bank, second is Infosys, and third is Genpact, and fourth and fifth was the startup companies. So I choose an Infosys company, and I started my career with Infosys, and I was associated with that for 4 years. And after that, I changed to next company, Cognizant, as a SME, senior subject matter expert. That all credits goes to the CGC and the people who supports me directly and indirectly. That's all. Thank you so much for giving me. And guys, one more thing I forgot before leaving. I would like to tell that as well. In the CGC currently, I did lots of school sessions. Munawar bhai has already said in the initial starting of the speech. So what we do is we go to the schools. So till now through CGC, I went more than 100 schools and give lectures in the 100 schools for career guidance and all. So that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Moise, for sharing your experiences. Now it's a time to give back to the volunteers as again a small token of gratitude. We have mementos. I would be calling out the names of the volunteers. I would request Sunil to give away that. Before that, I would be asking Sunil to give the memento to our guest of honor. I would request Sunil to give away like few mementos to our volunteers who really dedicated their time and energy and with us in this journey. First in the line, I have Muhammad Azhar Hussain to come quickly and grab his memento. Azhar Hussain. Mohammad Siraj very recently joined us and helping us very actively. Mohammad Mauzam Ali next. Our senior volunteers actively takes his sessions. Next in the line, CA Khalid, Mohammad Khalid. Do we have CA Khalid? He delivers specialized sessions on the finance, taxations. Do we have Rahmat Mohiuddin? I would also request Javed Ansari bhai to come and collect his memento. Can I ask Muhammad Abrar Ali to collect his memento as well? Very youngest volunteer in our team, very active. Can I ask Kumail Mortoza also, if we have here, the very consistent person in our team? Abdul Khader, do we have Abdul Khader here? Brother Abdul Khader? Okay. Do we have Javed Ali here? Brother Javed Ali? This is Abdul Khader and Javed Ali. Can I ask Sheikh Sohail to come and collect his memento as well? Mirza Moiz Beg. Kumail, on behalf of Kumail, come please. This is on behalf of Kumail. Can I ask Sheikh Sohail? We have two Sohails here. Sheikh Sohail. Can I ask Riaz to collect his memento? Riaz. Mohsin Ali. Mohsin. Yeah, I think we are ending, so we can clap for a few minutes and we are done. Can I ask Abdul Wahid to come and collect this memento as well? Can I ask Nasir, Muhammad Nasir to come and collect his? Where is he? Can I ask Tausif to come on? Tausif, do we have Tausif here? Yeah. He also recently joined and actively participating. Can I ask Rais, who help us in conducting many activities here?
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you very much. Please, Chandana. So with this, we are concluding, but please, we have a feedback form. We want your feedback. Definitely, we want to improve ourselves and the organization. So please give a very genuine feedback, whether you don't like the water here or there are no refreshment. How many of you got diaries? Raise your hand. That's a gift for your being on time, actually. So that's not Sunil. I mean, this is respect the time. So diaries are for those who came on time, and those who have came after 2 p.m. they also got. That's a benefit of sometimes becoming late. So thanks all for coming. So as a start, I mean, those who are new who have made their mind to volunteer, we have a very good opportunity to start with. That is, on every Saturday we visit schools. So if you are confused where to start from, this is the best time. So we visit schools, deliver a very good sessions to SSC students. I'm sure you will like it. I mean, like the way they ask the questions, and when you interact with them, you're actually changing the life of those 40, 50 students sitting in front of you. And we have a script being made. I mean, what to talk, what not to talk, and all. Moise can help you in that one. The other thing is we do conduct some tuition programs daily in the evening times at certain places, mostly in the area where there is no facility of good schools and all. You can give 1 hour on weekly basis to teach English to them. That is one of the way, because if language is good, it gives a confidence to the students, right? So we have many opportunities. So please join us. You have the number with us with you. Wahid number is there with you. You have already filled the form, I think. Please join it and serve, and your life will change for sure. You'll be sitting here after you become a volunteer. So with this, thank you all. Thanks once again for coming. Since in the interest of time, we are wrapping up because it's Asar time. We have half an hour to pray Asar before Maghrib starts and all. So please take the feedback form. Just spend 2-3 minutes to fill it out. Thank you very much. I request all the volunteers to come on the stage for a group photo, please. The volunteers, please. Thank you.
There is a number on the screen. If somebody is interested to take session, meet us, want to understand more, you can always connect. I would really appreciate if new volunteers can take it down so that we can meet again. बैठ जाओ आप लोग फोटो कौन ले रहा बैठ जाओ भाई आ जाओ Thank you, everyone. We will conclude this session. And just a reminder to fill up the feedback form so that we can talk to each other later. Thank you. Engage है वो।
भाई किसी का वॉलेट आ रही है आवाज ऑफ है हेलो किसी का वॉलेट मिसिंग है ब्राउन कलर का वॉलेट